Who are these guys?
Well, remember the tiny aliens I told you about?
You heard of the Dream Team? Well, we're the Mean Team.
We're the monsters.
Hey, little pig.
Alright, this is the Three Ninjas Podcast. Anime analysis by African Americans. Comic book commentary by Coloreds. Movie reviews for me and you, your mama and your cousin too. As usual, I go by the name of Domino, aka Full Metal Smacker Bitch, aka Womb Raider.
I'm faded, feeling X-rated. It's Mr. Nasty time. Oh, Mr. Nasty time. Mr. Nasty time.
Aka the Bulbasaur Ambassador, aka Zapdos Juice Sleep Powder, aka Clark Kente Cloth, Dreddy Kruger, Optimus Rhyme, Ghost in a Half Shell, Oscar the Gooch, Shaquille Sunflower Seeds, Space Ghost Face Killer, G.I. Jimbo.
G.I. Jimbo, he's gonna destroy everybody for you and you and you and you.
Akuma Matata, Tony's little friend, Ninja Scroll and Chill, and R2D2 Chains. And as always, I am joined by
Hesh Jones, aka Hey Baby Blade, excuse me, if I come up, aka You Got Your Hoes, aka Ivan Uzi, aka Bernie Big Mac, aka Tenchi Negro, aka Ichigo Kurogaki, aka Poor Damarin, aka
man,
right? aka Afro Samurai, aka G Gundam Unit, aka Deadly Cake Destroyer, aka Snack Light Though, aka the Hokage Hostess.
Mad news out of nowhere. Also in the motherfucking dojo.
I go by the name of Bobby, aka Darth Hater, aka the Man of Skill, aka the Juggerthot.
Yeah, it's the Juggernaut, bitch.
AKA Professor Sex. Was it an echo when I said that? God damn. AKA Magneto, AKA Bizarre Rondo, AKA Super Saiyan Brohan, AKA Roddy Piper, AKA Michael Jackson. Michael, AKA Get the Straps on. Yeah, whatever. I fucked it up. AKA hey man, it's been a long day. AKA Bobby McFly, AKA Nicolas Gage, AKA Bastard Troy, AKA OCD Bobby Johnson, AKA Darkwing Cook.
Yes, nigga. And also in the motherfucking dojo, we got a guest in dojo today. I've known this man for about, I met this man in college that no longer exists. About,
Okay.
Yeah, that shit gone. About, I want to say like 11, 12 years ago. I ran into him at the Connecticut Comic-Con. Saw he had a booth, saw he had a comic. I was like, oh shit, niggas that we went to college with is actually doing something with their life. Like, I appreciate that shit. So I ran into him. I also use him as one of my picks. I forgot what episode that was, but we finally got him in the motherfucking building. Kota Robles, the author and illustrator of Smooth Comic.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. You know, I know I was supposed to come the last show, but I couldn't make it. But, you know, we're here now.
Everything happens for a reason, man.
True.
Kota Robles, a.k.a. Nah.
I thought it was about to go in.
Snap off right quick.
Now, but how you two niggas doing?
Oh, I'm good.
I'm all right.
I'm living my best life.
For real?
No.
How
I'm
you doing?
living the opposite of what my best life is, but I'm living it.
This nigga, man. Bobby, how about you, man?
I'm good.
All right.
Yeah, how you doing?
I can't complain, man. I'm not hungover.
You sure about that?
No, I'm good right now.
Want to talk about them comments right quick?
Huh?
Want to talk about them comments right quick?
Oh yeah, what's up with niggas? Y'all like niggas coming at me because this Black Superman shit. What's going on, man? Let's talk. What's up, man?
You know, this is the funny thing about this. Like, you always told us to calm down, but the first person to get the heat is you.
Yo, nah, because I saw that nigga say something like, I'm hating or some shit. I'm like, yo, I'm bored. Why not go at some nigga? I was like, yo, and like, I understand what these celebs be going through when niggas be talking shit, man. Yeah. I went and clicked on this nigga shit. This little light-skinned, ugly nigga got mad selfies and shit. I'm like, nah, man, I ain't gonna let this nigga talk about me. So I had to go at him a couple times, man.
Oh,
had to, you know, let him know, like, I read comments. I'm around.
No, they was going in. They was like, oh, the self-hate is real.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, yo, like, y'all just heard this clip and just took that shit for what it's worth. Y'all didn't listen to the episode, nothing. Y'all just took that shit and ran with it.
To be fair, he was like, no Black Superman.
I still don't want to see a Black Superman right now because just to clarify, all right. So it seems like they were going for like a some type of surprise when Henry left. So it seemed like they're gonna implement a Black Superman in the Justice League. That's what I meant by I don't want to see them implement that in this Justice League right now because it doesn't make any sense. Like, what story can they spin to be like, oh, he got a tan and now he just look like Michael B. Jordan? Like, what can you do with that?
Yeah, this nigga was chilling in the south side of Chicago when he came up like though.
Fuck out of here, nigga. Ain't that hot in Chicago.
Yeah, when people was bringing up, who was they bringing up? Valzad?
Yeah.
Yeah, they was bringing up him, Calvin Harris or whatever. But nah, I don't think people ready for that.
Nah, they're not gonna spin off that quick because now they have to do something with this Justice League shit. This shit they have to put a button on it somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do or how they're gonna do it, but they gotta end this first before they just start something else with.
They should just cancel it.
I mean, they can. I don't know if they are.
No, they should.
They should.
No, they should.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Just blow it up.
Yeah,
start over.
Fuck the universe.
Yeah.
Start it over.
Yeah, yo, the Henry Cavill was the best thing about that whole thing.
Yeah,
and the fact that he's gone is like, that's like a death blow in my eyes because you know,
1-2 punch him and then Affleck or whoever, whichever one came first. I guess Affleck technically first and then him,
Mm-hmm.
and then now it's like
no, he came before Affleck.
no, but I'm like talking about leaving.
Oh yeah.
Because Affleck, he drank and then now he gone.
He drink.
And now he gone and then
This nigga don't want to talk though.
Yeah. But Superman, that's for Superman though, that's like an easy $1 billion.
Yo,
Like if it came out with the same acclaim as the first Iron Man, that's an easy $1 billion.
everyone loves Superman.
Yeah.
And then for him to drop, I was like, okay, so what the fuck can we do with this Justice League shit? Like, you gonna have Cyborg run this shit? No.
I mean, Superman. Yeah, no.
They
Superman's
not gonna push a
is
woman
hard
to the
sell.
forefront. So like, what are we gonna do now?
Superman's kind of a hard sell just because he's so strong. I think so. It's kind of hard to like depict that in a way that makes people care.
It's just that, you know what, he's been so overused in movies like the last 3-4 decades, you know what I mean? Like we've had so much of him, and the fact that he's gone and that was him and Batman were your money makers.
It's your fucking bread and butter. What you gonna do?
And they didn't even use him. They gave him one movie.
Yeah.
And then a half a movie.
Which was originally supposed to be
his movie. It was supposed to be the sequel.
it
And
was
it's like,
supposed
well, this one didn't do so great, so let's throw Batman in it. 'Cause everybody loves Batman. And then, whoa, shit, what was this movie?
then let's flop the names around, call it Batman versus Superman.
So make it not a Superman. So like make it more of a Batman movie.
With Superman in it.
Oh, yeah, Superman. Oh, yeah, Superman's here too. You care about Superman, right? No. Oh, okay. Batman's here. He got a Batmobile. Oh, look, Kryptonite. The Superman stuff. No, okay, no, okay. Cool.
Oh, Martha.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, Superman dead. We killed him, even though you don't even know who he is. You don't even care about him yet. But let's kill him.
My mom's name is Martha too.
Yeah.
Well, let's throw Doomsday in there.
Let's throw Doomsday. Yeah.
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 At the end of the day,
He looked like a roided out Ninja Turtle, bro.
You got Doomsday so much.
At the end of the day, fuck them comments. All right? Niggas can't beat me in a real fight, but
What if he does?
fuck that. Yo, I want y'all niggas to send y'all addresses. Yo. Like, what up? Like, I'll be bored too. So, let's see. So what we do after that? Oh yeah, SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, YouTube, wherever the fuck you get your podcast, we are there. 3 Ninjas Podcast at gmail.com for any comments, questions, or concerns. 3 Ninjas Pod on Twitter, 3 Ninjas Podcast on Instagram. So, that being said, let's go ahead and get into our question and answer segment. Hesh, what question we got?
I'm gonna read this, but I want y'all to forgive me because I read at like a 3rd grade reading level. This question comes from Sean Teal. And he says, excuse me, what's up, my ninjas? Been catching up on the show since I heard about it a few weeks ago, and this shit is hilarious. I can't get enough of it. Gets me through my work days. Been going out. So, and this is the question now. He said it gets me through my work days. Anyway,
shout out to Sean.
Yeah, shout out to you. Been going out with my girlfriend for about 16 months now, and we spend a lot of time together, doing everything together. Sometimes a lot of nothing. And when we're doing nothing, we like to watch TV. But rarely we watch what I want to watch, like sports and anime or Snowfall. Shout out to Snowfall.
Word.
We wind up watching what she likes, which are reality shows and rom-coms. And it constantly aggravates the shit out of me because obviously I don't want to watch it. So sometimes I initiate sex to give her that great 7 to 15. So she fall asleep. And then I watch my shows.
Real nigga. Sometimes you gotta do that shit. Eat the box mad good and be like, all right, I'm about to watch Snowfall right now.
But the more I'm forced to watch the shows that she likes to watch, I'm starting to realize I'm starting to like some of the shows, and now I'm starting to watch some of the shows without her, like Love and Hip Hop, Real Housewives. I even caught myself watching RuPaul. And my question is, what are some of your guilty pleasures, even if it's movies, shows, music, or anything else like that?
What are your guilty pleasures? Let's see. I've watched some of those reality shows too. Like I ain't going for my girl be having me watch that shit. I'll be watching that shit without her too. Like it's this shit called Shaws of Sunset. I'll be watching that shit.
Never even heard of that.
Love and Hip Hop. I'll be watching sometimes. My kids be having me watching shit like I ain't supposed to be watching these. I be watching like fucking Puppy Dog Pals and like all types of wild shit and fucking PJ Masks, and I'll be watching mad shit and they don't even be around. I just find myself watching it being intrigued and shit. Like I don't know what the fuck it is about women and them controlling you and like programming your mind into watching certain shit. Like, bitch, this is my TV too. Like, okay. I don't want to watch the same shit that you like to watch. I think because they have vaginas that we just obey. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, yeah.
I mean, that is. I don't think anybody's gonna argue with that.
You put your mouth on it. I watch whatever the fuck you want. Cool. You want to watch Real Housewives? Cool.
Who's that? So tell me what the show. So
when you start knowing characters and storylines, that's when it gets fucked up. That's when you like, yo, I'm really too into this shit and I ain't supposed to be watching this shit. Like as a man, you can feel your balls like start to shrivel up. Like you just know you ain't supposed to be watching this shit. Music, I listen to any fucking thing. Where my shit at, yo? Matter of fact,
oh shit.
The blast
shit. I go to karaoke and bust it right.
But hit you with some Miley Cyrus right quick.
Nigga, what my shit? Nigga, what? My shit at?
What the hell is this?
The Cup song? I bust this shit at karaoke all the fucking time, nigga.
Yeah.
And talk to him, Anna.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I definitely know this song.
See?
Well, yeah, it was like there's a video and everything.
Bitch, with my bag. Yo.
When I'm gone.
I bust this shit at some karaoke right the fuck now.
Yeah.
I put some Beyonce too. I don't got a lot of Beyonce on my computer.
Oh, shit.
What about y'all? What's y'all guilty pleasure?
So for me, first off, I don't really believe in guilty pleasure. Like if you like something, you like something. That's fine. And shouldn't be ashamed of liking whatever you like.
Nah, some shit you should.
Well, that's my personal.
You should be watching RuPaul, my nigga.
You told me not to judge.
That's out there.
I'm not judging them, but I'm just saying like that's a wild like.
It is a wild like.
I don't realize this is on. Like I realize that these is niggas. Like I'm not gonna not realize what I'm watching.
But yeah, so I mean, I've talked about the show before. Like Steven Universe. I'm like not in the age group or the demographic of the show, but I really like that show for no fucking reason.
That shit was hot. Nigga.
Yeah, I fucking like Steven Universe. Gumball. I like fucking.
I think everybody secretly like that shit.
Gumball.
That shit is not a children's show.
I don't think. Yeah,
Gumball is definitely not a regular cartoon.
No, it's not.
Gumball's the shit.
Like
music. See, I like a lot of different shit. So I like rock and roll shit.
Like K-pop.
No, not
K-pop.
But I'm black, so I'm not supposed. I like Coheed and Cambria and shit like that. I'm not supposed to be able to listen to that kind of shit. So because I'm black and shit, so I'm not supposed to listen to that. But I enjoy that shit. I don't care. I like Take It Back Sunday and Linkin Park and all that good shit.
Yeah, you have been listening to that shit since you was like
since
young.
high school. Since high school, I've been listening to that shit. Fucking Dashboard Confessional and shit like that. I'm a sucker for like sappy shit like that. And then, like I was saying before, I was watching ER the other fucking 2 weeks ago. And I was like, yo, I'm fucking almost done with that fucking show. I actually started watching the whole thing. I was like, oh, I'm thinking I'm gonna just watch this whole series.
I watched the Notebook without my girl.
Never seen that movie, so.
My nigga, yo, bitches. I mean, chicks love that movie.
I don't know, but yeah, that's probably.
Stay watching that shit with a couple.
The only thing I know about that is when Family Guy's making fun of it when Keanu Reeves put his dick in the mailbox.
Yo,
that's not even a Notebook.
That's not even.
It wasn't.
That's,
was that like Lake House or something?
Yeah.
That's not the same thing.
Sandra Bullock.
No,
it's Sandra Bullock.
Oh, I don't know.
That's Ryan Gosling and
right.
Adams.
Speak of the devil.
This nigga.
My bad.
No.
What about you, Bobby?
What about you? What's your secret except for that? Dick in mailboxes.
I got a daughter, so I be watching mad kids shows with her. Like, one of them I like is Daniel Tiger. You ever heard of that shit?
No.
Nah. Like the theme song is basically Mr. Rogers. Like it said it a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's like it's Daniel Tiger's neighborhood. I'm like, wait, hold on. Why the fuck they ripping off this nigga's song? So, come to find out, but come to find out, it's his company. I was like, oh, all right. So I'm just watching this shit. And I'm like, I like this shit.
That's fucking Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. So they got the red hoodie and everything. Like they all blooded down and shit.
Sue, nigga.
Music. I like 80s rock.
Or you
80s rocks is my shit. Like
Poison and
like Journey, fucking Led Zeppelin, fucking White Lions, all that shit. White Snakes, that shit's hot.
Yeah, them niggas be jamming on our low.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
Def Leppard and them niggas. Like, fucking Queen and all of them niggas.
They got
be
this
jamming on low.
they got this one song that's mad like inappropriate, but they play it anyway. It's by-
Nigga, they was all coked out.
Yo, it's this song.
Groupies everywhere.
Yeah, yo, it's this song. I think it's by Styx. And then he's like, she's just 16 years old.
Yo, all them
leave
songs
her
like that.
alone. They say, yeah, you better leave that bitch alone. That
Yo,
shit's
Bell
hot.
Biv DeVoe said that backstage.
Oh, yeah,
underage. I was like, okay, y'all niggas know this. All right, cool.
Out,
They don't care. It was the 90s.
no, you're supposed to care all the time, no matter what.
Yo, early, like late 80s, early 90s, wasn't no restrictions on
They
shit.
give a
It's the
fuck.
same thing. Now we dissect everything.
Yeah.
Everything has to be something.
Nah, you are.
Coda, you got a guilty pleasure or nah?
Man, I've been sitting here trying to think of what I'm ashamed of as far as the things that I watch. And the only thing that comes to mind is like, what is it, that Black Inked Chicago?
Reality TV show.
Yeah, it's anything reality you should be ashamed to watch.
I ain't ashamed to watch this shit, but I definitely watch it.
So like, I mean, I'm an artist too, so I'm not like 100% ashamed.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever people, you know,
it's
like, oh,
excuse
you
it.
watch, I'm like, listen, man, the tattoos are nice.
no tattoos on there, man.
Yo, the first season tattoos, them shits was trash.
They always trash.
Yo, this motherfucker tattooed a ray gun on this dude and outlined it in white
What? Yo,
on black skin.
He wanted to pop out.
that's just gonna disappear in like 6 months.
Holy shit.
Even though I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna probably try to watch Love and Hip Hop when it comes back on New York.
Why?
I can't
Joe
do
Budden's
it.
on it. I like
Oh,
that's the only reason.
That nigga ain't got the vest and he ain't on Molly. I don't want to watch it.
Well, at least watch the first episode.
I mean, I guess.
I'm watching the first episode of.
That nigga Joe got money now. Yo,
he
somebody
got
gonna rob
money.
him, yo.
Hey,
Somebody gonna rob that nigga soon. But I see. That's it for the question, right? So
Yeah, that was funny.
so before we get into the topics, real quick, right? So happy belated birthday to Will Smith.
True.
Fucking God up here. We love him up here. Let's see. Episodes will be coming out on Wednesday now. All right, it's more convenient for us. Gives me time to edit, so no more Monday, Tuesday. Don't be asking me shit. Where the fuck these episodes at?
No, you can still ask him.
You can ask, but I ain't gonna fucking answer you because you should have heard the show. I told you already. So they're coming out on Wednesdays.
Well, they're not gonna get this one until Wednesday. So
No, they're gonna get this tomorrow.
Oh, so after
After this,
okay.
they coming out on Wednesday, so I don't want to hear shit from nobody. Let's see. Shout out to all our fans. Well, not fans, our supporters and our listeners. I recently went to Chicago. Fan pulled up on me, telling me he want like a picture, and he wanted to meet me. That shit kind of blew my mind because we just be sitting in this fucking studio and talking shit, and people be actually listening, and they like the show, and people want to meet us and do live shows and all this dope shit. So shout out to CXJ Nerdy Boy. It's a lot of niggas on Instagram too that be showing us love. Shout out to In Bucket TV. I guess he put his son on to like My Hero Academia because of us. Who else? Mizukage. He told us that our audio was trash.
Oh yeah,
that is just low.
Yeah, it was low, but it was like, yeah, y'all need to turn that shit up. I can't hear nothing. But yo, shout out to him. Shout out to everybody that be listening and giving us feedback. We appreciate that shit. So let's go ahead and get into these topics.
Oh, shit.
So what we want to start with? We want to start with Bleach, Insecure, Attack on Titan. What?
I mean, we can do Bleach, I guess, real quick. Did anybody even watch it?
I saw it.
No, I did not.
He didn't watch it.
Yeah. Did you see it?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. All right, so fuck them.
Yeah,
All right, so what's up,
I actually, you know what? I actually liked it.
I actually liked it.
I liked it. Obviously, they remixed the shit out of the story. Like,
Hell yeah.
they fucking changed like everything. But it was actually really cool, man. That's all I got. No.
Wait, I can gauge how trash your opinions are by. Let me ask you this question.
What's up?
All right, what'd you think of the Full Metal Alchemist?
Yo, the wig
not
budget
like it.
on that shit was horrible. The effects were
So.
so. The storyline, I felt like that. I felt like that could have been a series.
Should have been.
It should have been a series because they really rushed through everything with the plot mom, the plot line, the mom dying, the father, Alphonse, his brother, and all this shit. They tried to cram fucking fuck Show Tucker. They try to jam like Nina, like that shit didn't happen till what, like 8 episodes, and like they crammed like 15 episodes in 1 hour.
Yeah. That was a 4th episode.
Yeah.
that was my biggest complaint about that. But what about what is it? Death Note.
Didn't even watch it.
I didn't see it.
I did.
Yeah.
I refused to watch it.
How was it?
I didn't mind. See, I could get past the the anime, and you got to separate them shits because the anime it goes way into detail, but the movie, for what it was straight. For it to be whitewashed, it was straight. Like the best thing about it was
whitewashed.
It was.
It was.
It was
incredibly whitewashed.
It was mad violent though. But the best thing about it was Willem Dafoe being Ryuk.
Yeah.
Like his voice being Ryuk. That was good. The chick trying to take over the Notebook, that didn't happen, so they just trying to kind of spent that in. The chick was actually like a diehard fan and shit. So, I mean, it was straight. Like the ending had a good twist. I mean, he basically set up himself to live and shit like that. I kind of liked it. I mean, who the dude name from Atlanta?
Lakeith Stanfield.
Yeah, Lakeith. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was in it. Yeah, he was
L.
Yeah, he was L.
Yeah,
and he plays a good L though.
I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
I knew, but I didn't watch it either.
Yeah, he plays a good L because he's weird anyway. So even though he was black, but
did y'all see that movie he was in?
Nope.
What the fuck? Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I'm black. I don't know.
I don't do it when he's in the call center.
That movie is wild. Yo, that shit is like it's a normal movie until you get like to the last 20 minutes. Like it turns like it's on acid. Like in the last 20 minutes. Like spoiler, niggas turning to horses.
Huh? Oh, okay.
It's wild, nigga.
Okay, I might have to watch it.
No, you don't.
Nah, it's not a good wild.
You got to see it high or like with somebody just to say that you saw that shit because nobody gonna believe you. Like you can't go by yourself.
I don't do drugs.
Fucking lie. All right.
I do drugs?
I don't know your life, nigga.
How you gonna call me a liar when I said I don't do drugs?
So how you feel about the movie, Hesh?
I like the movie. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too. What would you rate it 1 out of 10?
I gave it like a 7.5.
That's decent.
I give it a 7.
Good.
I give it a 7.
It's good. It's not like the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
What was bad about it?
What was bad about it?
CGI wasn't great. I didn't like.
That's always that. You gotta pass that. That's a given.
I didn't like the way the Hollows look.
The Hollows didn't look that bad.
Yeah, they was alright.
For like a Netflix original movie, they didn't look that bad.
Yeah, I didn't like how Grant Fisher looked. I didn't like how they made like automatic like super in love with him like off rip. It was weird. I was like, she didn't really like love him like that. She was like, whatever.
Because they made it seem like
she's just in love with him.
She wanted to blow that nigga like in class and shit.
I didn't like the way the Hollows looked, and there's something else, but I can't think of it right now.
That's the first movie where I saw some Asians speak Spanish.
Oh, Chad?
Yeah, nigga said adios one time. I was like, that's the first time I seen that shit.
I was like Mexican. They didn't use the side characters a lot. I didn't like that. Ishida had like a really small bit part. It was weird. It was good though. Definitely better.
Renji played a big part.
Yeah, I didn't like Renji's actor. He was like overacting.
He
was like doing the most. I was like, yo, relax, dog.
That nigga do the most in the show.
But not like that. He was doing the most. He was like, he was like leaning to the side, and like I'm like, yo, just
act, nigga. Just relax.
just slice him real quick. Right. But obviously, and they set it up. I didn't like how they ended it either, because they remixed stuff. Obviously, so at the end, Rukia stabs herself with his sword and takes back the Soul Reaper powers. It's not how it happened in the anime, obviously. So it's a little different. So kind of like, well, then what's the point if he's just going on about living his life? How's he gonna go? Like, there's no incentive for him to go to Soul Society to like chase after her.
But he kind of remembers her at the end when he got that little note
in the book. So obviously it could still set up and he's gonna still try to go save her or whatever if they actually get a sequel. But
see, I should watch it.
It's good.
I give it a 7.
Yeah, it's good.
So let's see, Attack on Titan. I didn't see this shit because niggas didn't pay their fucking Hulu bill. So what's up with y'all?
You didn't miss much.
Yeah,
it was just Kenny talking about his life.
Kenny wilding again?
Nah,
he's talking about his life. This nigga dying.
That was the whole episode. He's dying. He's just recapping his events of his life. That's literally like the whole episode.
Yeah, basically, Kenny and Yuri Reese. Who was that? Rod Reese's brother, right? Yeah, they was best friends.
Yeah,
because Kenny was like an assassin or some shit. Was about to kill him because something with the Ackermans. They can't be brainwashed. Yeah. I didn't know that they can't be brainwashed. So Kenny was about to kill Yuri. And then Yuri was squeezing the shit out of him. He was like, and then he tried to beg for his life. Yo, Kenny's a fucking snake, man. Yo, this nigga was these niggas was begging for his life, but the whole time he was illustrating in his head. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna keep begging, and then when he let me go, I'm gonna kite this nigga." So
real nigga.
Yeah. So he let him go. He was about to shoot him, but then he was like, "You know what? This guy ain't that bad." He threw a knife at him.
He threw it to get the dagger in his right arm.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what happened with that. And what else happened? A lot of shit happened. Come to find out,
got crowned as a queen.
Yeah. Kenny is Levy's uncle, right?
Yeah.
Levy's uncle. Which is
so
her
knows that.
Yo, Levy's mother looked fucked.
Yeah, she was dead by the time we got there.
Oh yeah, like her fucking
wow. Like, she looked fucked up. She was
but
dead.
I didn't know she was dead. I was just looking like, damn. And then Kenny came in the room. She was like, damn, you still starving, huh? You still sick? Come to find out she's dead.
Yeah.
That shit was wild.
I mean, that's really about it. Is like him talking about what happened. Like,
so how did he get sick? Is he sick?
I don't know.
I think she was a
toot.
Yeah. I don't know if those two things are correlated.
Okay. So she was a tutor.
But I just thought that she was sick and she died.
Wait, hold on.
She might have given him the monster.
Oh man.
I didn't say that.
I'm just saying. I don't know.
No.
That's what you kind of alluded to.
I just don't know if those two things are correlated.
All right.
Okay.
That's what she was doing for money.
You know what? This shit is so dark. That might be it.
I didn't say that.
I know, but I want to say something, but you try. Trying to be PG today.
What you gonna say, Bobby?
Full blown. But what else happened? Oh, Kenny died.
What?
Yeah.
He died.
Man.
And now, whatchamacallit got
Yeah,
one of the serums.
he gave the Titans formula to Levy.
Yeah, so we're gonna see what happens with that.
And I thought he was gonna live. He was talking big shit. Like,
I thought he was gonna use it like that.
Yeah, well,
he
like,
didn't want to turn into like a brainless Titan. That's the
oh
problem. He
yeah,
didn't want to turn it.
Well, why did that shit work on certain people?
That's how it happens to everybody. If you just take it, you turn into a brainless Titan. You don't regain your consciousness until you eat a Titan shifter. So you have to eat somebody who has the ability to turn back into a human. If you don't, then you're just a regular brainless Titan.
Okay, now
which is why they
now
think all the Titans attack humans because you don't know who has the ability. That's why they just eat humans because they don't need to eat. They just do it because they can, because hopefully they're trying to find a regular human who can turn them into regular human again.
That's their last twist.
Now, is that from like you reading the manga and you read ahead, or
no? That's what they said.
They was alluding to
they
that.
Stated that. Well, so far all we've seen, because they've talked about the fact that Titans don't need to eat. They don't really know why they attack humans.
Right.
They said that, and they've shown that the only way to go back to a regular human being from being turned into Titan is by eating a Titan shifter. That's just been shown. They have it. I don't know if they expressed that just as that, but this is what it seems like, because I don't think they've explained it any other way. Because everybody, so Eren ate his dad. Ymir ate. I forgot who. Ymir ate. The Colossal Titan and the Armor Titan's friend when they were traveling to the town. So like that's how she got there, but that's how she got her ability back. That's why they had Eren there when they were going to turn Historia, because she was going to turn and then eat Eren because he's already a Titan shifter. Eren ate his dad. I don't know how his dad got there. Like, so that's what it seems like. I don't know if they express it just as that yet, but that seems to be the case.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all just ruined this shit for me. Appreciate y'all.
Well, you seen the Beast Titan at the end. Yeah, like I don't know who that nigga is.
Do we know who the fuck the Beast Titan is yet?
It's this dude with glasses and
no shirt.
I know what the fuck he look like, but who is he? Like,
I don't know. I know
we know they're going after Eren.
Yeah, at the end he just beat the hell out of the Armor Titan.
Yeah, because I guess
and the Colossal Titan. Yeah.
Like, psych, son.
Okay, so how many?
Can we
episodes
acknowledge
left?
how real Historia got in the last 4 or 5 episodes?
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. Like she got the best character development so quick. Because before she was like
super timid,
helpless and shit.
You definitely find out about her backstory.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because I'm like, yo, she's all like this timid little sweetheart, you know, in the beginning of the season. By the end, she's like,
I'm the queen, nigga.
She keep having, my dad come back. Oh, I gotta eat this person. I don't want to eat this person. Dad, fuck you. And then like, oh, queen.
Right.
Like, all right, cool.
You paid your Hulu, you'd have seen it, nigga.
Nigga, I'm using somebody else's account. They didn't pay these shit.
Well, tell them niggas to pay this shit.
I did. I was like, yo, what the fuck happened to this shit? And it was like, yo, I didn't pay it. I was like, all right, man, I got a show to do. You just fucking shit up.
Black people.
Now, how many episodes are left in this shit?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Actually.
I think it's done for the season.
Was that the last episode?
That's the last episode.
Was it?
Well, the first season was 25 episodes. The second season was 10 episodes. This season second season was 12. This season looks like it's gonna be 10.
10? Okay.
I could be wrong. There might be another one.
I did not look, so I don't know.
But I'm pretty sure they're gonna end it on this cliffhanger.
Which sounds about right, because that's what they like to do. They're like, oh, guess what? You want to know what the fuck's gonna happen?
They show a trailer for the next episode, so if there was no trailer, then it was like...
I didn't watch it all the way to the end to see the
I
trailer.
didn't either.
Yeah, me neither.
I stopped it right before the credits go.
Okay.
I was like, fuck, I don't need to see the trailer. I'm going to watch it regardless.
All right, whatever.
I binge watch it. I wait. Like yesterday I watched 8 episodes. So like I don't know where the episodes end. I just press next. In my mind, it's just all one episode.
Yep.
Got you. All right, so Insecure. What happened on Insecure?
He's out here wilding.
Yeah.
Wait, did we do the baby shower episode or no?
Yeah,
we did that.
Okay, yeah. So then we only had that one episode. So yeah, he's out here wilding.
So Issa think Nathan ghosted on Shorty.
Yeah.
Now, one thing, right? If y'all look at the episode before that shit, when she was scrolling through her text messages, only time he hit her up is to come over. That's it. So that was all the message. Like, yo, you gonna be home around 7? Cop pop through. And it was like, all right, so now you surprised that niggas ghosted on you? Like, this nigga might be in jail. He might just not want to talk to you.
I think he in jail. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Nah, I think that nigga just ghosted. Like, he just moved somewhere, like, or he just avoided Shorty. Like, yo, if she come by the crib, don't. I'm not here.
He got that Ferris wheel pussy and then he out?
Yeah, for real. That's what you gotta do sometimes. Yo, have you ever popped up on somebody?
No.
You ain't never popped up on a chick?
No.
Y'all fucking wild.
You wild. You did it?
Oh yeah, I be popping up on chicks. I've been popped up on. I pop up on chicks. Hell yeah, I go to fucking cribs. I go to jobs, nigga.
Do not fuck with nobody that don't want to fuck with me.
Family reunions. I pop with everything, nigga.
Why do I think about Stewie Griffin?
I know what park I go to. Hey, fucking something for this reunion. Don't fucking, you can answer my call, bitch.
Yo, why I think of you remember Stewie Griffin?
You can't go to no family reunion. It's not your family.
They know me. I pop it where I want.
You ain't a cousin.
Yo, I'm family.
Yeah.
That's remind me of Stewie Griffin when he was worried about the house. He's like, yeah, doing it with the lights on, bitch.
Yo, I had a chick pop up on me at the gym one time, yo.
Oh damn.
Like I was at the gym with another chick that was just my friend. Wasn't even fucking her.
You was helping to do squats.
Yo, I wasn't doing shit, yo. She was on her machine. I was next to her. We was just talking. We was just chatting. Yo, I ain't never fucked this girl. We was just friends, whatever. Loudspeaker. Real name, come to the front.
What?
I'm like, yo. Second call. Real name, come. Get your ass to the front. I'm like, oh shit. Then I go outside. She outside with one of her friends, and I'm sitting there getting chased around the car for like 5 minutes. Like, yo, what's your problem? Why you here? Why you not at work? Like, what's going on? It's some young shit. But still, it's like, yo, why you not at work? Why you here? You don't even go to the gym. How the fuck they let you in with no membership? Why you here?
I mean, you can walk to the front door.
But still, like, it was like, yo, you can't tell nobody to come to the front. Yo, she was looking wild, too. Like, yo, she wanted all the smoke. And you gonna tell her to come to the front? I can't hit her. What you want me to do? Nigga, call the cops. What the fuck are you this crazy bitch in?
Help me.
Yo, help me.
That's funny.
But it's whatever. So Issa popping up at niggas' cribs.
Yeah.
Going through niggas' computers.
We're trying to, at least.
Yeah.
I had a chick break in my house once and steal my Xbox.
I'm sorry, what?
I stole her phone. She stole my Xbox.
That's not an equal trade at all.
Yeah, it is not.
Nah, but she took something I loved and she knew I had an $800 watch in my room.
Didn't care about that.
I had cash in my room. This bitch stole my Xbox because she knew I love my Xbox.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, whoa. I got mad save games on it. Chill.
Like, I'm sorry. Whatever I did it.
Here's your phone. Get back my watch. All right? Give my shit. So, she popping up at niggas' cribs. He don't want nothing to do with it, I think. Let's see.
Why did the Asian guy just tell him where he was at?
He didn't.
I know. What?
You mean why didn't he tell her where?
No, he didn't. He didn't because they was there. That's kind of pissed me off. That kind of pissed me off. I was like, yo, just ask the Asian dude.
You
like,
ratchet boy out like that?
Yeah, that's my boy.
What happened?
I ain't snitching on my nigga like that.
I'm not.
Yeah, but I don't know what the fuck
later,
going
like, yo,
on.
this crazy bitch was at the house looking for you, dog.
Nigga, I've used you in a lie twice, and I'm surprised nobody called you.
Oh, okay. You think you should announce that up here?
Right? Did you tell him that he used him in a lie before?
Nah.
Well, you should start doing that.
Nah.
Tell people you're using them in the lie so they know.
Right?
All right, you good then.
So I was like, yo, I was with Bobby.
All right, cool. You cool. You good then. All right.
Now, but then she tried to look at homie IG account through a fake account and message him. Yo, chicks is wild. Yo, chicks really do this.
Yeah, they do.
They have a group fake account
that they use to be stalking dudes. Like, who got that kind of much like time and energy?
Women. What the fuck you talking about?
Wild. Though.
My girl tried to do that to me.
I've had it done.
And I knew it was her, so I was just playing along.
Yo, my baby mother did that shit to me, and then she told me after we got back together, like, yeah, I was checking out your account. This that. I blocked you on everything. Like, yeah, we got a group fake account. This. I was like, all right, so one of them hair pages is you.
Yeah, I remember my ex was deleting my Facebook on purpose. And then she told me afterwards, she was like, oh yeah, that was me deleting your Facebook. Nigga, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you can't give them the whole thing.
Yeah, because you had my email address. Dude, that was crazy.
What else?
Molly's being stupid.
Who?
Yeah.
She wasn't being stupid. She was
She
being
got mad
sensitive.
because whatever, same difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so her still being hurt by Dro was stupid.
Well, you
No,
can't throw a
her-
shot.
Yeah, her being mad that he made a joke that he didn't know was like that big of a deal.
Yeah.
How is he supposed to know like it's a really big deal? She should have said, "Look,
Yeah, but
I'm still sensitive about that."
Yeah, but
blah,
she's
blah,
trying to force herself to move on, so he don't know her that well. He just know her when she was off the Molly at that Coachella shit.
Well, that's not his fault that she was turned up to 12.
Kind of not, but still, like, you supposed to tread lightly. Yo, when you first meet a chick, it's certain shit that you just supposed to like tread lightly.
He can't
on the
tread
chick.
lightly on something he didn't know was like a hot button issue. He didn't know that.
Yeah, but you don't know her life. It's just certain shit you don't say.
But how does he know he's supposed to say that?
Dog, I don't know. It's a show.
I know. It's different if it's like something that came up and then she had said something before and then he did it again.
Yeah.
It's different. It's like, oh, he just said something like, and they were both having like a little back and forth exchange, and then she want to be like, take it all extra to the head, like, oh no,
Yeah.
how dare you talk about the nigga that has a wife that I was fucking that we shouldn't be fucking anyway.
Yeah,
And he got
Right.
mad because he was like, listen, boundaries and whatever the fuck you said to her.
Yup.
Yup. Anyway,
That's just
Lawrence
crazy.
going to church now,
Yeah.
church bay.
and he went to that hip hop church. That's why I don't like church now.
Oh, they trying to do too much hip hop into
Yeah.
They be trying to incorporate like pop culture and
I went on my Twitters.
yeah. Like, yo, I ain't coming here for all that. Come on, man. Just
Lord is always on
preach
time.
the good
Yeah.
word, the Bible, all that. I don't need you trying to relate to me because I'm 20 something. Nah, chill out.
Yeah.
Why not?
The Lord was on my timeline the other day. Like, I ain't want to hear that
I don't
shit.
need to hear about you slide in the DMs. As long as you slide up to this pew. No, nigga.
You want
I don't
Jesus
wanna
in your
hear that.
Yeah.
DMs?
Yes, I want Jesus in my DMs. Save me, Jesus. And then he got the church bay,
Yeah.
and then he dissed church bay to go chill with Issa. Now, do you think they'll get back together?
I hope not.
It's looking like it.
Do I think they're gonna? Yeah, probably. but
Who
I
do you
hope
think sent her the flowers? In the next episode, they show like a preview, like at her door, she got some flowers or something like that. Like who?
not.
You
Lawrence,
think?
because Lawrence would do some savvy shit like that.
I think it was Daniel.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Danielson.
Zach. Yeah, I'm telling you, by the end of this season, she gonna have to pick between one of these three niggas.
Well,
It's either
this is the last episode, I think.
exactly. So it's either
Tonight.
Nathan, Daniel, or Lawrence. I think she gonna fuck around and go back to Lawrence,
He's
or
in
like
jail, so he can't come back.
entertain the idea of Lawrence, or something like that.
I hope not.
Lawrence got burned. He got ashes on his name.
But she don't know that. But she don't know that.
Yeah,
You're
she
like,
don't
yo,
know
I was
about-
like,
She
you're
don't.
like,
About to
yo,
clap.
yo, she
Plus, penicillin clear that right up.
exactly, yo. Get a little shot, you straight.
Bang bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that was it after that episode.
She probably the one that burned him.
No,
Jeez, man.
he was, yo,
Yo,
he was fucking mad at them chicks, just raw dog.
yeah, but matter of fact, I want to talk about that because Issa is just as wild as Lawrence in a way.
Yo, she busted open on the Ferris
On the
wheel.
Ferris wheel.
Yeah, like come on, man. Why you gonna burn Lawrence?
Some all day pussy too.
Yeah.
Like yo, she busted open, and the doors was closed. I know that shit was like, that shit smelled like mad sex. That shit had to be a little right.
There was like a breeze, probably.
Nah, it wasn't no breeze.
Nah, no
that shit was
breeze.
like a glass door. That shit was a
Oh,
container,
the box
nigga.
was like
they was
sealed off?
they was in that shit.
Yeah, you open that shit, I'm pretty sure it smelled like bikini bottom.
Oh shit.
That's what I like.
Like a little twang on it, baby. Got a little twang on it. Let's see. Captain Marvel trailer. How we feel about that?
I liked it.
I liked it.
Yes.
Yo, soon as she bust through the blockbuster, I was like, you got action.
Yeah.
You got fucking action.
My boy Colson back looking young and shit.
Yep.
Yo,
Fury got 2 eyes.
Yo, Sam hairline been fucked up since the 90s.
Yes,
He
it
ain't
was.
Never had a hairline.
That's that Die-Hard hairline.
Got one now. Oh, I forgot he didn't have a hairline in that.
Hell
He
yeah.
never had a hairline.
No, he had a hairline when he was playing that crackhead. I forgot what movie that was.
That was.
I could swear it was him and Halle Berry, but it might not have been Halle
Was
Berry.
it Jungle Fever?
No, it was. Was that Sugar Hill?
I can't remember.
No, that wasn't.
Wait, which one?
Samuel played a crackhead
in a movie
in one of these movies.
With Halle Berry?
I think it was with Halle Berry.
It was
I think
Halle Berry.
Was it a Spike Lee joint?
Yes.
Might have been.
Okay, I can't think of it.
But I'm just saying he had a hairline then.
Yeah, he did.
Jungle Fever.
Jungle Fever.
Yeah.
I just said that.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Got to put both headphones on.
The 2 A's.
Word.
Yeah.
So, trailer, how you feel about it?
Oh, look, it looked good. I mean, it's Marvel. We've talked about this all the time. Is they have yet to make like a bad movie.
Yeah.
There's movies that are better than others, but they haven't made a bad one. This one is looking really good. It comes out what
March
or something like that. So we got like 5 more months to see how this fits into everything else, because obviously this takes place in the 90s, way before a lot of the other stuff that's happened in the Marvel universe. So we got to see where this fits in and where she's been and all that kind of stuff. That's obviously going to answer that.
Right.
And at the end of Infinity War, spoiler, obviously, he contacted her somehow. I don't know why he waited till now to contact her.
It was on that Bieber.
I don't know why
this
he
motherfucker got
waited.
Bieber.
Yeah, Bieber. I don't know why he waited till now to contact her.
I've been fighting since the 90s. I'm tired.
What happened when the giant fucking dinosaur whale thing was flying through New York? You didn't want to call her in?
I retired. What you want from me?
Oh, but now when people turn into dust, you want to call her?
Hulk got this.
Hulk did not have that.
Yo, Hulk punched like 3 of them in the face.
He punched that big fish that was flying in the air in the face.
Stopped like 3 of them. I was like, all right.
Nah, he one-timed him, yo.
Yeah, like, one hit a quitter.
He's like, go sleep.
Yeah, go for real.
Nah, but it looks good though.
What you think about the trailer, Bobby?
I liked it. As far as getting people hyped for it, I liked it. It did its job. I didn't really expect them to show anything like crazy or nothing like that, because it's just like a teaser, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Man, for a teaser, like, it did good. I liked it.
Word.
I liked it.
So, now what about X-Men trailer? Even though we don't know when that shit's coming out.
Damn, yo. Could we go back to talking about Captain Marvel?
Yeah, right? Let's go talk about something good.
Oh, you got something bad to say?
Jump in, nigga. I'm just saying.
Nah.
He's like, I was good. Let's talk about a good trailer, not whatever the fuck that was.
So, X-Men trailer comes out. Then they push the movie back like an hour later. So, first off, what do you think of the trailer?
I did not enjoy the trailer, I'm be honest with you.
It was dark.
Was it fucking with signs of the nigga?
Nah, I didn't really like it.
It didn't really show anything. It was...
Well, that's fine if they don't show stuff. I was just like, it's just something about it is off, and I can't quite put my finger on it.
Because you've seen it already.
Maybe that's what it is.
You've seen it. It's the same thing.
Maybe
like
I just want to hate because it's X-Men or
Nah. You justified it. You should have justified it.
To me, it does kind of feel like a last-minute kind of money grab now that Disney owns Fox.
Sort of working, yeah.
You know, they're like, all right, we already made this movie. Let's just push it out real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Otherwise, the money goes to waste. But
well, I think it's like they got to act like a real company until the deal is complete. No, I swear to God, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, he's not lying.
I think that's why I got. And also, I think the only reason they put out the trailer was because it leaked. It leaked like twice, like a day or two before. So I think because it leaked, it's like, well, I guess we have to fucking put out. And then they put it out. No, you
don't. But if you knew that you plan on pushing the movie back, why would you pull out a trailer to get all this anticipation and then to say, oh, psych your mind, you're gonna push the shit back to 2020?
I think they had to fake it till it's done. I swear to God, I don't think because they're still talking about this game. Sense. They're still talking about this gaming movie. That gaming movie's never coming out.
That's never coming out.
We still have the New Mutants. That
fucking Channing Tatum.
That movie, it doesn't matter. The movie's never coming out. They filmed New Mutants. Like that was completely done. That should have been out.
That should have been out in like October.
Yeah. That movie's never come. Like I don't think these movies are actually coming out. I just think because the deal with Disney isn't completely 100% done,
right?
They have to still act as a real company. Otherwise, maybe there's some type of legal issue if they just stop doing stuff, or maybe that's my thought on it. So I'm thinking like, okay, yes, the trailer leaked. So okay, let's put up the trailer. Here's a date, February. Oh no, guess what? It's gonna come out in June now.
So you rather act like a real company rather than bite the bullet and say, "Hey, we fucked up. This movie not coming out." So you put out a trailer to a movie that's just doesn't exist.
Yeah, I mean, well, if you're gonna get fined for it, like millions. I don't even know if that's the case. But what if that's the case? I'm just saying, what if it's like they have to actually pretend to be a real company so the deal is done? Otherwise,
that's fucking stupid.
There's legal issues.
I thought that deal was done already though.
It is, but it ain't.
It's not 100%. complete. It's like I think first quarter next year is sometime is when it's supposed to be like officially
like summer
all the way done. It's like because they did the deal, then they had to pass through like the FCC to make sure it's not like a monopoly type of shit. So I think
they approved it.
They approved that, and then I think after that now they have to actually
July 27th they had the board a meeting with Fox had to approve that, and they did already. So
I think now they just have to maybe go through all the paperwork.
And the CEO of Disney already announced that Fox is going to be handled by Kevin Feige.
So, but I think on paper, like it's not 100% signed, sealed, delivered. So it's still not 100%. It's there. It's like it's basically for all intents and purposes it's done. But I just think legally, whatever, we gotta wait.
I don't know. But the thing about this movie, I feel like we've seen this shit before. We've seen this shit in Last Stand. Yeah, they're doing the same exact thing. Like Jean's having struggle with her powers. Like Professor X did some bullshit. Like now Jean ran off the fucking
part where Beast got mad that Charles unlocked their powers like that, and then he joined Magneto's side for a little while. Like if you see the still shot, it's like Magneto, Beast, and two other mutants on one side. Then it's like Nightcrawler, Storm, and Cyclops with Charles on the other side. So it's like Beast got tired of his shit. He was
tired of
like,
Charles?
Tired of Charles doing his shit, and then he's like full Beast mode with Magneto.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that trailer without looking at my ceiling because I was fucking rolling my eyes so much while I was watching that trailer.
Now, is there a chance that Dark Phoenix could have like the Superman effect because she's like an Omega level mutant?
Well,
so it's like, can anyone really beat her, or does she just like leave? So does Dark Phoenix leave the MCU at this point where it's like she's done now?
I don't know, man. Like she's an Omega level mutant.
She's like the strongest mutant that's been on the X-Men. She's like one of the strongest in.
But Apocalypse is also supposed to be an Omega because one of the Celestials gave Apocalypse the Death Seed or whatever, and that makes him Omega level. Yeah. So the fact that she just like washed him in that movie, you know what I mean? I was just like,
I mean, shit. Scarlet Witch is fucking. Yeah, she wants some shit.
Yeah, but Scarlet Witch is
not in the movies.
You sure?
Or at least
it's debatable. It's debatable because. In what is it? House of M?
X-Man is more powerful than Scarlet Witch.
No.
X-Man?
No.
Fucking bugging.
No.
All right,
no. Scarlet Witch warped the whole reality to take all the mutants' powers away.
In the comic, I'm talking about
this nigga created a universe in his bed. This nigga created a fucking celestial something in his bed. I seen it. That nigga can control fucking all types of shit. I gotta look it up. This nigga controls all types of shit.
I mean, you're not both wrong. Scarlet Witch in the House of M graphic novel, she deadass created her own Earth, basically. Yeah.
So, but in the movies,
I don't know that. We don't know that though.
Or at least she has yet to show that she's that powerful.
She could be a villain.
Yeah, I mean, she destroyed an Infinity Stone, so that's got to count for something.
Yeah, true. That's a good point. Didn't fucking matter because it's like, psych, eat a dick.
Reverse. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Vision caught the worst of it, bro. He died twice.
Like 3 seconds. Like, oh shit.
Both times were very painful.
Yeah.
It's not.
That nigga said, "Give me that."
Fuck you thought, nigga. I ain't no snake.
Right out his face.
Who the fuck I am?
Yo, he put his index finger indentation in his forehead when he took it out.
Niggas with David Blanche and twat.
Damn, poor bitch.
Fuck him.
He'll be back.
Daredevil trailer.
Oh shit.
What y'all think about Daredevil?
It's like a quick teaser.
And it's Unleash the Devil.
Yeah, I feel like you want this.
I'm with it.
I'm for it.
I'm
He
with
looks,
that.
he's going back to the black.
Yeah, he about to start murking.
I'm with that.
Look like.
Now, I don't know, for some reason I think that Vincent D'Onofrio is gonna get an Emmy for this role. I don't know why. For like this season, I don't know why. It's something about, I don't know.
You saw him donning that white suit.
It was something about it. Was like, yo, I think he gonna show his ass in this one. Where it's like, yo, he gonna win some type of award for this shit.
He about to. Bad.
But trailer looks dope. I'm excited for it. But so it's supposed to drop I think the 19th of October.
Yes, sir.
Something like that.
Are you gonna actually watch this?
Yo, I'm still on the 3rd episode of Iron Fist. And I took that whole week off because it's my birthday. Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna watch that shit while doing something else.
Okay.
So I might pause, do something. Yeah. I'm gonna watch that whole shit.
All right.
Let's see. Live action Avatar: The Last Airbender coming to Netflix. Now this is from the creators of. Now the people that are directing this are the creators of the animated cartoon.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's not
it's in good hands.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that. Bastard.
So it's not him. So are we excited for The Last Airbender done the right way?
Slightly.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are they changing anything from what we've heard?
They haven't said anything. Obviously, it's just an announcement at this point. It's just like, hey, guess what we're gonna do? Bam, and guess what? Who's gonna be doing it? Us.
Yeah.
That's really pretty much all of it. And I think it's gonna be a Last Airbender. So that's Aang and all them, Sokka and whatnot. So that's cool.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's live action. So
yeah.
It could be good. Could be really, really bad.
Could be really fucking bad.
Can't be worse than that movie though.
Yeah, it can't.
So that's my, my only hope.
That might be top 5
worst movie ever.
Worst adaptations of anything. Yes.
I think Dragon Ball might be like
that shit is one.
No, that's number one.
Yeah, that shit is number one.
Hands down. That's the movie that you compare bad movies to.
My nigga.
Like, all right, was it like
nobody's seen a Super Mario movie?
No. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. Don't you do that.
Nobody saw
Don't
Super
you do
Mario.
that. No. You know how bad Dragon Ball Evolution is?
Wait. But that's a video game adaptation. That's not an anime adaptation.
Nigga, the Goombas were 8 feet tall and
don't
green.
you do that. Don't you do that. No, don't you do that.
This is
John Leguizamo was
Don't
Luigi.
you do that.
But
No.
That nigga's name was Luigi Mario.
Yeah, but this story in Dragon Ball Z, like this or Dragon Ball, I guess.
His brother's name was Mario.
No.
Yeah. But
Don't you do it.
There's not story.
I'm bugging.
Don't you do it.
No, but look, in the Mario games aren't story the same way the story in like there's like an actual story for Dragon Ball that they just ignored and just decided to do whatever the fuck they want to do. At least with Mario, when they made that game, it's just a game about a little dude running across the screen, jumping on shit. That's
Yo,
there's no
by the
story
time
in
the
there.
movie came out, we knew what Mario was. Mario was solidified as one of the best games ever created. I think when that shit come out in like 90. When did
93?
the movie come out?
93?
90. Yes, it had to be something like that. So we had Mario 1, 2, 3. We had All Stars by that time. We had mad shit that you can reference. And
There's no story.
huh?
What's Super Mario story?
My nigga, you telling me that you gonna cast John? What the fuck? Who played Mario? What was that dude's name?
Oh, that was Bob Hoskins.
Yeah, he passed away, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So
I'm mad.
you cast him, John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
And you, all right, you know what? Fuck it.
It's not worse than no.
It's not worse than
you know
Dragon
how bad Dragon Ball.
Explain the rocket boots.
It's not.
Oh, that was the boot you put on.
My nigga, they climbed in that boots. They were engulfed in that boot,
Yeah, I
and
mean,
they jumped.
It had to be some sort of realistic.
No, my nigga, they had ray guns.
The motherfucker was mad fat. You know he can't jump high.
They had fire guns.
I have to give that one a pass because it just came out. It came out early '90s. The Dragon Ball dude who directed it admitted that he never saw not one episode of Dragon Ball Z.
No.
Like there's.
Like, how do you do that?
He's never he directed a whole Dragon Ball Z movie.
Have y'all niggas seen Double Dragon?
That's
Movie's
not even near that. That's not even
worse than
close.
Super Mario.
All right.
You know how bad Dragon Ball Evolution is? Dragon Ball Evolution is so bad. I watched it on bootleg and didn't have the courage to watch the actual movie.
They had Spike
Nobody
play
did.
Piccolo. How you had Spike play Piccolo? Justin Chatwin?
Justin
As
Chatwin
Goku?
was Goku, bro. Like,
No fucking Krillin?
And he was going to school.
How they have a Dragon Ball movie with no Krillin? No Krillin. His best friend in the whole goddamn world. No Krillin?
yo,
None?
hey,
Zero?
how do you
Stanton
make a
with the
movie?
Krillin?
I didn't do it, my nigga. Why you yelling at me?
How you make a movie where you whitewash white characters? Like, yo, I was like, yo, this is the most horrible thing I've ever seen. No, in all honesty, I'm not even trying to
Yeah,
oppose
I'm
anybody
dead
here. I'm just saying,
serious,
like that's my go-to movie to compare horrible movies. That's
You
just
see what the
it.
Command
I'm
Man
like,
look
yo,
like?
Nigga.
Yeah. So
Basuda Holmes?
I saw it twice.
You watched that more than once?
I watched it in the movie theater. I was like, all right, this can't be that fucking bad.
I would've
Watched when it
walked-
came on TV. I was like,
Fucking quit.
I would have walked the fuck out.
this shit wild.
Super
Yo,
wild.
you seen the Uzaru?
All right, man.
Dumb. He turned into a fucking werewolf.
Dog. I apologize that you went through
They
that.
wasted Master Roshan. They wasted
Chow Yun
Chow
Fat.
They wasted Chow Yun Fat. He's a good.
Yo, he
he's a
should
good
have had a
actor.
bald head. He should have had a bald head.
So you telling me they can't reboot this?
What, Dragon Ball?
Yeah, they
absolutely.
I mean,
they can fucking reboot it.
yes.
You seen the web series?
But should they do live action or should they just stick to CGI or just straight
Yo.
yes, that I
animation?
agree with. I don't think Dragon Ball should ever be live action ever.
You seen the web series?
fair.
You seen the web series? Nobody seen the web series?
I've seen it.
That shit was actually good.
A couple of them.
It wasn't bad, but I think if you want to talk about like making it like the optimum form of what it could be, it should be like 3D animated.
Yeah.
I think that would be fire.
Yeah, but I think it could also. I think it could work live action.
Yeah, it could.
Just not whatever the fuck it was.
I think, you know what, like, I've had this conversation with a few friends before, and I think what messes it up for me is that some animes are just too hard to pull that off just because of the way they're designed and how they look.
Yeah.
Like the Uzuru form, should be easy to replicate, and the Mechian should also be. But like their eyes are boxed in, their hairs are so exaggerated. Like it'll be hard to try to mimic something like that without making it look stupid.
Yeah, so you just don't try to go that far.
Yeah.
Certain stuff.
But you know what? But for people who are like the hardcore, they want to see that, and it just ruins it for them completely.
Real here.
There's no way you can replicate that in live action. Obviously, like
which is why I agree with the idea. Like, some things can definitely like I can see the Avatar being live action because their characters are designed to look like
real people,
and so you could pull off a lot of good stuff. But stuff like Dragon Ball Z, or even there are a few shows out there.
I feel that's why like One Piece. Like I'm really nervous about this One Piece TV show that's supposed to be doing. That's gonna be wild because their character designs are super exaggerated. Oh, I'm gonna cry while I'm watching it. I'm gonna cry in the car. I'm gonna cry in the shower. I'm gonna just cry. I mean that's just Wednesday for me. But
I feel like you can pull up movies like that. You just can't exaggerate the hair too much.
Why?
I think that's. No, that shit does not look good on camera.
He don't have a hairline. Look at it. Mm-hmm. How you do that?
Like Vegeta, what you gonna do? Have his hairline all the way back here? Like,
well, he could just be bald.
You give him to Sam Jackson? That's what you gonna do? Yeah. Nah, you can't do that.
Boom.
Widow's Peak, dog.
Nah. The only motherfucker I can see rock a Widow's Peak is Wesley Snipes. That's about it.
Yo, I'm sure there's some white dude with a Widow's Peak right now.
Nah, white dudes go bald fast. Like once they start going bald, it's over. It's like once you see it, it's done. Like there's no rogue in that can save that shit.
They be trying to hold on to that shit.
Hell yeah.
Yo, there's a dude.
They're the ones that came up with the comb over. You know what I mean?
Yo, dog. When my dreads start falling out, I'm cutting all this shit.
That's why I cut my shit.
It's all this
my shit is gone, but I just haven't shaved because I've been lazy. That's why I just wear the hat all the time. There's a dude at my job fucking has a ponytail. Nothing is here.
Oh yeah, like
ain't nothing here, but he got a ponytail. I'm like,
you got Stevie Wonder.
Yo, it's mad niggas at my job that got the fucking drop top right here, but like the sides got in the ponytop. Like, yo, just let it go, dog.
Got the Lee Mumbai.
Yeah, exactly. Just shave it, cut it down short. Yeah. Let it go, dog.
He's got the Carlton Tiger.
Ryan Coogler to produce LeBron Space Jam sequel.
I'm with it.
They give this motherfucker all the work.
Yo,
he black.
I'm telling you, they gonna run these motherfuckers into the ground, bro, until it's like there's nothing left.
What's the last movie he did? Was Black Panther?
I could have swore he did something else with Michael B. Jordan. Didn't he do Creed?
No, the first one.
Not
Creed too.
Nah, he's
producing that.
Then he did Fruitvale Station.
Yeah,
before, but that was before.
Yeah, okay.
So he hasn't. So I'm saying like after Black Panther, what's his other movie? I don't think he's working on anything else that I know about.
Okay,
so the next movie he's got might be Space Jam.
You got a black person on this shit. You got black.
They got a dude from where's he from? I know he's from the West. Yeah, he's from Oakland.
Yeah.
So you got a
he got a lisp and everything.
So you got a black producer, you got a black protagonist, main actor guy in LeBron. Now, who do we think if they keep the same premise? Who do we think the Monstars are going to be?
I have no idea.
I don't really watch sports, so you don't have to tell me about basketball. But I know who I want in the now, though.
Oh, Kawhi.
Just want that laugh. I don't care. If he don't have a cameo and he don't do that laugh, I'm not watching that movie.
I'm thinking who will make the movie exciting. I'm thinking they gotta have Kyrie in that shit.
Yeah,
I'm sure Steph gonna be in there.
They gotta have Steph in that shit. They gotta have Westbrook in that shit somehow.
For some reason, I think they're gonna have Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
He's kind of funny.
I mean, they might have Blake Griffin. I know he does like a lot of acting stuff. He's kind of funny.
But they both suck though. So like, I'm pretty sure they want to have some superstars in it. Somebody that's a prominent athlete. Somebody that somebody respects in the NBA. Because once you start getting traded around to all them different teams, like niggas don't look at you the same, B.
Man, just get Golden State.
Fucking Dwight Howard been on like 5 teams in like the past 3 years. I haven't heard shit from Blake Griffin. He on the Pistons. I haven't heard him do shit. So it might be like Westbrook. What's the fucking lanky nigga from Milwaukee? Giannis Antetokounmpo.
They gonna put Porzingis. They gonna put Gonna put the little white unicorn dude.
They might put him in there. Kawhi might have to be in
just for that laugh.
Just for that laugh alone. Oh shit!
His cameo was a laugh, and he just leaves. No context or nothing. He just come in.
Y'all ain't got your powers.
Just leave.
That nigga just like saying powers or no powers.
Hey, it's Bugs Bunny.
Yo, that too. I'm glad you said that shit. Now, being that Looney Tunes is not a cartoon that a lot of kids know. Do we give a fuck about this movie as much as we should? Because it's a lot of nostalgia factors, but they're adding LeBron to, I guess, kind of reintroduce like the Looney Tunes and stuff like that. Like, I don't think we give a fuck about this movie as much as we think we do.
No, we don't.
I don't know, like you said, the nostalgia thing, I think for me,
because
obviously
the last time I seen a Looney Tunes something was maybe like 2014.
But Looney Tunes is still out there, though.
They don't even draw them like that anymore.
You're not watching it doesn't mean it's not out there.
But they don't even draw them.
They had a show.
After Ninja Turtles, Looney Tunes is right there, my nigga. Yo, I watched that shit all that and Tom and Jerry.
Yeah,
fucking hilarious.
No, I could swear they had like a new show that was out there recently.
Yeah, they do. But they don't draw it like they're gonna draw it now. In the movie, they don't draw it like that. It's completely different.
Yeah, it's like a different animation.
It's like Looney Tunes Go.
Probably.
That's what it's drawn like.
The only thing I'm concerned about, and I know it's not going to be good, is the soundtrack is going to be garbage.
Why?
Because niggas make garbage music now.
Nigga,
ain't nothing better than the monster than the fucking
Hit 'em High.
Hit 'em High. Yes.
Nah, but if you have Hove write that track for Bugs Bunny again, that shit might be fire.
Right. If they do Hit 'em High Part 2 with some real rappers, I'll be.
And if you get Shaq, what's up, Doc? Can we rock?
What's up, Doc? Can we rock?
I'm the only nigga like on the East Coast I know that owned all the Shaq albums.
Oh my god!
I didn't know Shaq had more than one album.
Yeah, he got Shaq Fu, The Return of Shaq Fu. He got something. I got mad Shaq albums.
He should have stopped.
I don't have them on purpose because like my uncle gave them to me because he's the owner of a record store. So it's like, yo, come in here and take what you want.
He's like,
all right,
like take these before I burn these.
Taking all these Shaq CDs home.
Yo, speaking of that, I was watching Kazam the other day, right?
Shazam? Why? Or Kazam?
Kazam.
Oh, why the fuck were you watching Kazam?
I don't know. That shit was horrible. Watching that shit now, I'm like, what the fuck?
It's racist as fuck. He came out of Boombox.
He did.
Fucking black man came out of Ghetto Blast. That's racist as fuck.
And then he was rhyming when he was talking, so. He was spitting bars when he was talking, so I was like, yo, this is bad.
I ever spit a bar in his life.
Yeah, he did. Yo,
yeah, he did. When we was talking.
Nigga, the song with Biggie. And that song is dope.
Alright.
But only Biggie part though. Okay. What's next? Marvel Spider-Man sells 3.3 million copies in 3 days.
Because it's worth it. Did you finish that?
No, I did not.
Oh
nigga.
man,
I have a life. Okay.
Did you play it?
Have girls to have sex
I
with?
actually don't play video games anymore.
You don't? My girl?
You said plural.
Yeah.
No, you said plural.
Yeah, because we don't date no more, so I have sex with girls.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. Okay, cool.
So you don't play video games no more?
Nah, I don't. It's not that I don't like it. It's just I don't. I'm animating my cartoon right now, so I don't have time for.
Fuck y'all childish.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, nah. When I get rich, I'm gonna have to make a list and go on hiatus for like 2 years and catch up on stuff. But the only games that I really play are like group games, like for example, like Smash Brothers, or like Marvel versus Capcom, stuff like that. Where
Still
I
playing
could just,
Guilty Gear?
Yeah, I still play that.
Yo, you gotta have Fighter Z then.
Oh yeah, I forgot the Hesh know this nigga outside of here. Like,
yeah, you tried to poison me. I don't know if you remember that. You tried to kill me.
Wait, what?
I'm friends with Ruben. When we went to your house,
yeah,
you had the graves. You had to kill us with that graves.
Oh shit, dude, that was like fucking 16 years ago.
Yeah. Nah, like real shit. When Hesh told me that shit, I was like, he was like, yo, you tried to kill me. I was like, yo, so we gotta set it on this nigga? Like, trying to kill my friend? Like, what's up? But is this game of the year? Because I keep hearing that from people. I keep hearing like, yo, God of War.
Because of sales?
No, just because of a gameplay alone. Like,
I don't know, Red Dead ain't come out yet.
Well, yeah,
but people are putting us up there with Gears of War, Spider-Man. They keep fluctuating with the 1 and 2.
I know, it's really good.
It seems like the real comic book nerds put Spider-Man game of the year, and like the real heavy game players put God of War game of the year.
Yeah, it's close.
Okay, so being that y'all play both, well,
No,
you play both.
Yeah.
Which one you think is game of the year so far?
As far as story and content is God of War definitely.
Okay.
But the only thing that nah, for real, like the only thing that Spider-Man lacks is like content. After you're done with the game and you beat everything,
downloadable content coming in like the next 2 months.
But shit, God of War, they didn't have downloadable content, but they got upgradable armor and shit like that, like customizable armor. So you got to keep grinding to get that shit. So as far as that, it's definitely game of the year. Like Spider-Man, I beat that shit on 100% already.
Yeah, my brother did too.
Bugging, yo.
All the trophies, nigga.
You got the plat?
All the trophies.
Oh, you wildin', nigga.
I ain't never do that before.
Damn, that means you really like the game.
I guess.
Like,
but it can't be. Nah, it can't be. God of War got too much shit, too much content. As far as the story, the story is what's putting it up there.
Yeah.
If the story was just, the story's alright, but this story's like really good. Like this shit should have been a movie. I feel like they wasted it in a way. But
no, because a lot of people who would watch that who never played the game. Like my mom ain't never played that game, but she'll watch a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Right.
So if they actually did incorporate it somehow into a movie, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's see what's the next topic. Yusuke, Toguro, Kilowatt, and Karapika.
Yeah, I'm always sold on this fucking game.
There you go. Jump Force.
I'm already getting it, and this is just solidifying everything.
So niggas on there. I'm like, oh.
Yusuke, you're a mess.
Yusuke?
They got younger Toguro.
I'm in it.
They got Yu Yu Hakusho.
Now, who else can they add to put
Everyone.
this to bring this over the top? Because
who's left?
They literally have everyone.
Well, they can add more One Piece characters because I think so far we only got Luffy.
Okay.
That would work for me. They got Goku. They got Vegeta. Maybe a few more Dragon Ball characters would be nice. They're probably not gonna.
Yeah, but who? Like who's
Piccolo.
on it?
Put the black man in there. At least Piccolo. Gohan.
That'll make no sense.
What, Kid Gohan or like
having any Dragon Ball Z character in that game? It don't make any sense at all. What are they gonna? No, but I mean from a retrospect of like power level.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying.
But then again, Dragon Ball Super don't make no sense. The power logic is out the window with that shit, so it doesn't really matter at this point.
Well, that's why I said they gotta balance it out, obviously, because you can't just use only Goku and just beat everybody's ass. That's not how it's gonna work. Like, how's a dude that uses monsters in a card game gonna beat the dude who goes Super Saiyan?
Yeah. That's what I mean when I say it don't make any sense.
Like the dude that makes
it's not supposed to make sense.
I don't really care.
At the speed of lightning is gonna fight Yu-Gi-Moto. No, it's not gonna.
I didn't think Injustice was gonna make any sense, but it did.
It doesn't. It just
they took that damn pill.
So I'm assuming like Yu-Gi-Oh is gonna call out the Blue Eyes White Dragon or something.
Zodiac, Blue Eyes White Dragon, all that shit.
Well,
and then Vegeta's gonna come down and rip the card in half. Like, I don't understand.
Who I saw? It was Dark Magician.
Pesky Mortal.
Dark Magician Girl, I think it was. And
Prince of all Saiyans.
Clown.
What's the God card he used? I forgot. Something the Sky Dragon, I think it was. But those are the three monsters I saw him use. It's like in Smash Brothers, you know how you use the Pokemon trainer, but he uses like Bulbasaur and whatever. He uses Squirtle.
Respect on the bulb, nigga.
Bulbasaur's little fucking rhubarb shit. But yeah, so I think it's gonna work the same dynamic. He's gonna use the monsters are gonna actually fight.
Black Blastoise, but he hating on Bulbasaur. I will whoop your ass.
Yeah, Black Blastoise. It's not Black Bulbasaur, nigga. Fuck Bulbasaur.
Nigga, do you not know the rock paper scissors dynamic?
Yo, Blastoise would kick Bulbasaur straight in the
Razor
dick.
Leaf will fuck you up, nigga.
Not my Blastoise.
What up?
My Blastoise been dodging that shit. And he fucking been training.
I solar beam your neck, nigga.
He be like, oh, the fucking neck go inside the shell, and he kick you in the dick, and then hit you with a water cannon, and then ice beam your ass, and then shit on you. Help you grow.
All right. Disrespectful, motherfucker.
Shit.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna get my fucking link cable. This nigga wild.
Yo, let me get a Game Boy right quick, nigga.
Yo, wait till fucking Pokemon Go, Pikachu, and Eevee come out, nigga.
See, don't make me buy that shit because I didn't want to buy it.
What up?
I'll buy that shit.
What up?
Right,
what up then?
I wasn't gonna buy it on principle, but if you talking about cash shit.
What, yo? He scared of you niggas? So Telltale Games co-founder announces studio closure. Now, I want to fade off rip just because y'all made my sister mad.
I made me mad.
Like, for real.
Made me sad.
Because it's so like, I understand why niggas get shot now at work. Because it was the mere fact that people came into work, they told them they was getting fired, then gave them a half hour to leave the premises. Some people moved from across the country to work at Telltale. It was some story of some guy was working the night before to like 3 a.m., got into work again at like 8 or 9 just to realize he was fired and to clear his shit out and go home.
Yep.
I see why niggas get shot now.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
That's just
at
wild.
work. But season 4, Walking Dead, this nigga was upset.
Hey, I was upset.
Because they're in the middle of the season.
It's not even in the middle. Like,
episode 2 just came out.
Yeah,
episode 2 came out on the
And that's
25th. But they're saying that the Walking Dead series, like the rest of the season, is gonna come out.
No.
Only 4 episodes.
Well, it's only
allegedly.
It's only supposed to be 4 episodes anyway.
So what this press release says from Telltale Games official Twitter account,
They're looking for people to help them try to get it out.
Yeah, potential partners step forward to express interest in seeing if they can help the final season through completion.
It's not official yet. That means
it's not official.
Doesn't mean this is happening.
But they're looking.
They're trying.
So
yeah,
I'm saying
they're telling us they're looking. We don't know what the fuck they're doing.
So you don't think
they didn't tell their employees they had no money at that job and it's like, hey, today you're fired and go out. So you think they're really gonna tell us the truth? Fuck them niggas.
I don't know.
You're right, but still, but you don't think the internet backlash is gonna have any bearing on whether they find someone to pick up the series or not?
Nah, if they ain't got the money, they ain't got the money.
They already out.
You don't think none of these companies out here are gonna be like, hey, we'll fund you or we'll take that Walking Dead shit off your hand. We'll take.
That's a little different.
Yo,
Somebody else might pick up the property.
In June, they had just announced a Stranger Things game.
Yeah.
So why would you announce some shit in June just to take it back in fucking September?
Because these niggas don't give a fuck.
Yo, that's wild.
Yes, it is wild. I'm saying that's why this thing is so crazy. It's like you had to have known that your company was in this bad of a state to literally to say, oh, today's Thursday, you're all like that's coming.
Like 3/4 of the company's gone.
Nobody got severance
pay.
They don't have medical the medical. Fuck the game.
The medical was up in 30 days or some shit like that.
So fuck the game. These people's whole lives are just fucked.
Yeah.
Like just out the blue.
It was
no warning.
It was other companies that was tweeting like yo, they looking for certain producers and artists on certain games. So they was trying to hire the people that were fired from Telltale. Like, yeah, we putting out that we got some openings. So if you want to come over here, we'll.
Yeah, but that's 250 people have a job. All those 250 people aren't getting jobs.
They aren't.
That might maybe be 20, 30, 40, 50 people if we're happy or if we're lucky. That's still 200 people that just don't have a job and just fucked. So fuck the game whether or not that comes out. I'm upset because I like Wolf Among Us and I really wanted a second season, but fucking people ain't got no jobs. That's just crazy. Out the blue with no warning, and you knew your company was going under.
That's fucking wild.
Like, and they pulled the game from sales. You can't buy it.
Oh, you can't buy any of the games?
They pulled it.
Everything or just
I think just that. I think just Walking Dead final
season.
You can't buy it. They pulled it.
Oh, okay. Maybe because it's not finished, so they don't want to. It sucks, man. That's fucking horrible.
Somebody gotta die tonight.
That's unfortunate. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. And then nothing's gonna happen to those people that did that.
It's not.
Like so they was able to fuck those people over like that, and then they're just gonna move on to other places. And because they're probably fine.
They're fine.
They probably have enough money. They're at the top of their company, so they probably got money. But the rest of the other people fucking just shit out of luck.
Nobody gives a fuck about the low guy. What you talking about, man?
That's why you can't work for people. That's why I need to try to. No, seriously, that's why you gotta try to find a way to get your own money, man. Because they can just fuck you.
Yeah.
Like imagine you go to work tomorrow and your whole company just shut down and they didn't tell you.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Like they just
if
said,
that shit happened at my job, I kind of be happy, but I'm like, damn, I ain't got no money.
Yeah,
I'd be happy as fuck, nigga. What? Let's see.
You got kids, but not if you got kids and mortgages.
Somebody getting robbed. Fuck you mean? We all eating still. Switch's online NES library has already been hacked.
Hey, we already seen that shit coming.
Hacked it how? What did they do? Like
they hacked the game library.
This is what happens when you don't let niggas know how to play Duck Hunt. Fuck out of it. Yo, did you know that Duck Hunt was a fucking 2-player game?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yo.
Is it really?
By accident.
Player
the
controls
second
duck.
Yeah, by accident.
Oh, that's lit, fam.
By accident.
It's not. It took me fucking 28 years to realize that.
You didn't know that?
Dog.
No, it took me an accident to figure that shit out.
What you was playing by yourself?
Nah, not.
Put your foot on one controller.
Yeah, like, oh shit.
Nah, like my brother had a gun and I was just like moving it. I was like,
Quack.
am I moving this shit? Nah, I figured that shit out a minute ago.
Why you didn't tell me, nigga?
Nah, my bad. I ain't know. I ain't know you play Dunk Out still, nigga.
In 2018?
No, I'm just saying, like, I would have liked to have, like,
play
when you got to
Halo,
share a
nigga.
controller and was like, yo, I didn't die yet, or like, nah, I didn't do this shit. You got to share a controller with somebody with a game that's not yours. It's like, all right, my nigga, I can play too. I'm just going to have you not hit this duck. Bitch ass nigga.
Damn.
Fuck you, Jeffrey.
I just all these years later, I'm laughing at all these people who are figuring this out now. Yeah, because I'm a little brother. I'm a Luigi. That's what I am.
Luigi ass
I was the green guy. I didn't have a choice. I didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
I never had a choice. So I always used to just mess around with the controller while my brother was like, he had the gun.
Yeah.
And I learned a long time ago.
Like, I can move this.
I used to try to put people on. They were like, "No, you're lying."
Yeah.
Fuck you.
He was like, hold the gun, you ain't gonna shoot shit.
Shoot this.
Nah, but are we surprised that Nintendo got hacked? Especially like the NES library. Like, are we?
So were they added stuff and they took stuff out, or were they just
where they hacked it? I don't think they put out the full list of games.
It's the same way how you can hack Xbox shit with if you switch accounts.
Yeah.
It's the same way like that they basically like hack the NES library to get free shit. Download it.
I just want to talk to all the hackers out there right now.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, if you're gonna hack anything, like, go hacking into Navy and Sally Mae and Great Lakes and
student loans.
I mean, dude. I mean, if they did just happen to disappear, because I heard that happen recently.
Yeah.
It helps us a lot more if that happens than if you.
I owe student loans on a fucking school that don't exist.
Fact.
That's bullshit.
Fact.
For real.
My degree don't mean nothing.
I was thinking about that shit. I was like, if I was to apply for another job and put this school on a resume, dude, they'd be like, we can't find this school.
What the fuck is Gibbs?
Fuck
like,
Gibbs.
Listen, this guy's over here making shit up. That's how he says he went to Gibbs. The fuck is that?
Gibbs. Don't hire him.
That shit got uncredited.
PlayStation finally joins cross-platform gameplay.
Only for Fortnite.
For Fortnite. It's cool.
Are we surprised?
That
it was for Fortnite.
They was talking cash shit, but I think the backlash. So it's like, fuck it, we'll let them little niggas have Fortnite.
Yeah,
they're like, let them have that, but everything else, fuck y'all. It's only for Fortnite.
Yeah, it is.
At this moment, at least.
PUBG PS4 release leaked on Gaming Board. Do we give a fuck about PUBG at all?
No, we don't. The only reason why they're doing this shit is because Black Ops 4 is coming out, and rumors is that it's a polished PUBG, so they had no choice but to do this shit.
Well, they were doing it before.
They had no
Black
choice
Ops thing.
but to do this shit.
They were working on that before. They're just trying to get the Xbox version down packed first, I think.
I think it's a lose-lose at this point.
Well, I don't know. You say that, but people play PUBG still. Probably.
Yeah, but if that Black Ops 4,
so they still. I mean, I think they make enough money. I think they make enough money that it's all right for them to put it on PlayStation. And they'll be all right. I ain't heard nothing about PUBG's company like sweating dollars. They ain't gonna just shut down tomorrow and fire 250 people in that town.
Yeah, because they sued. Because they sued the Fortnite. They got their bread.
Hey, fucking! I don't care if it's an inch or a mile. A win is a win, nigga. Got their money.
This dude went Fast and the Furious on it.
Yo, who got a bottle opener?
Jesus.
Jesus. Nigga. PlayStation Now adds downloading of PS2 games.
Yeah, they're trying to compete with Xbox shit with the backwards compatibility. Because Xbox, you can Xbox One, you could download Xbox One.
So why don't y'all do that shit for PS1 games too? Like, what the fuck, man?
You could if you had a Vita, but nobody wanted to buy a Vita, so there's like eat a dick.
Oh yeah, they fucking discontinued Vita like as of some time. I want to say like I think spring of next year they ain't making no more Vitas.
Because nobody brought them.
I mean, is that Vita's fault? Like, yo, they didn't promote that shit.
Yeah, they didn't.
They tried, but niggas didn't want to buy it.
No, they didn't promote that shit well.
Because nobody was buying it.
But they had some good games on there. They
still got good games on there.
Blaze Blue on there.
They had Power Stone too.
Persona 4 was on there. Like, listen, Vita was good.
They had a lot of good shit on there.
I had one.
And you could play you could play the old catalog from PS1 and PS2 games or something. Vitas were worth the money, but nobody wanted to buy it.
Yeah, you ain't competing with fucking Nintendo.
Nah.
No, they weren't. But they you know. Yeah.
Block Boy JB suing Fortnite for using his shoot dance.
Good.
I respect it.
This is another case of white people being white people.
What they call it? The hype?
Yeah, the hype. Yeah, this is white people stealing culture and finding a way to control and monetize it how they see fit. Like, they've been doing that shit forever. They do it with music. They do it with fashion. They do it with art. They do it with everything. Like, all that, most creativity starts in the hood. So for them to just see this shit, like, we control the cool. So for them to see that shit and then try to implement it in the game and then not give that boy his proper credit is fucking wild. Because white people, they see this shit and they try to emulate it, and then if they can't emulate it, they steal it. So you telling me Fortnite has these competitions where they're giving away $1 million and they can't throw this nigga a couple dollars or put his name in the credits or something for using his dance? Because it's to the point where when people see him doing a dance, they're like, oh, look at him doing the Fortnite dance.
Mr. Hype.
You pay Michael Jackson for doing the moonwalk?
What game was that in? That nigga had a game called Moonwalker. Like,
my point is like I don't think they was doing it maliciously. Is my point.
Yes, it's fucking malicious.
I don't think it's. I think it's just a dance is popular and like the youngins like this dance.
Nah, I feel like
I don't think you can copyright it. Yo, perfect example. Like if I was 2 Milli, I would drink myself into a fucking coma every time I seen somebody do the fucking Milli Rock.
Yeah.
Yo, nobody knows this man's name, but everybody knows the Milli Rock. That would be like you, right? If you made a meme. And that shit ripped online, but for some reason you forgot to tag it.
Yeah.
And then somebody else post that shit like fucking Daquan or something like that.
Well, that shit happened already. Fucking Pete Rock.
No, he didn't. No, you didn't. Yeah,
it was up there, but
your tag is on it, but he didn't tag the.
Yeah, he got Alzheimer's. I got so mad. I'm like, man, you mother.
Yo,
it don't count because he old. He can't read.
No, he old.
Wild as shit.
I'm like, yo, my name is right there, man.
It's flashing.
Yeah, but
look at it.
Yo, you gotta put that shit bigger on there or make it like real, like. On there, like yo,
like extra font.
Yeah, like yo, get a bitch to do your fucking like your.
I can't make it so big
music.
I be forgetting, baby. Bobby's like internet famous, like fucking. So I be seeing my friends like who don't fuck with it, like just post random shit and I'll see the fucking this nigga.
Like yo, you know this nigga, right?
Yeah, I actually know this nigga in real life, dog.
Yo, I don't know if it's a lot of red tape you got to get through in order to get this man money. I don't know if you got to go through like labels and distribution and publishing and shit like that. But 2 Milli should have something in it. He should have like y'all can throw him like a good 100 racks. Y'all can give him like a skin. But nigga, if you use
a dance,
you can't copyright a dance. But for you to put my dance that I made up, my idea in a game, and I get nothing off of it, that's kind of wild.
A little bit, I agree with that. It's just like, but it's like, how do you go about it?
They did that to that white boy too, like that backpack kid. Yeah,
the floss dance. Like all that shit's in there. That's why I said I don't think it's malicious, but it's just like, I just think they take a popular shit.
They take what the shit that we deem cool, and then they put it in the game, and then they don't want to give us credit for that shit. You know that fucking goth kid dance, that little crazy dance that they be doing in the game?
Yeah.
Them little goth kids made it up. That shit wasn't cool until we put some hip hop beats behind it, and then we started making videos doing that dance. Then that shit became popular and put it in the game. We control the cool.
Yeah,
but they don't want to give us credit for that shit. But I'm not even gonna say it's just like they do it to white people, to black people, because they just do it like to themselves as well.
Yeah.
Cause I remember I was watching something with Vanilla Ice. Right, it was about beef. This nigga stole a beat from
Queen.
All he did was add that. Yeah, that was bullshit.
Was it the who?
No, it was Queen.
Oh, was Queen?
Under Pressure, right? This nigga Vanilla Ice.
He made it Ice Baby, but the only thing he added was a little
under pressure. Yo, that nigga Vanilla Ice said, nah.
I changed it, dog.
Yo, he was like, nah, they beat go doom 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 doom. He was like, nah. Mine go doom 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 doom. I was like, yo, this nigga, they do it to everybody. White people steal.
Well, it's not just white people who steal. It's not.
I mean, but a majority, like, yo, they literally take everything. Like, when they sign you to like a record deal, they take all your masters, your publishing and shit like that. White people control hip hop, but black people created hip hop. But you control what we created.
That's not just a white person thing.
Yeah, it is.
Yo, tell that to the locks when they want to throw Diddy out the fucking in the refrigerator.
Right. Yo, that's one instance
that we know about.
But the majority.
Tell it to Pebbles and tell it to TLC.
Babyface.
Y'all naming
L.A. Reid.
4 people.
L.A. Reid.
I'm just saying it's not a specifically white thing. That's my only thing.
I'm just saying white people like Leo Cohen, like fucking what's that dude that's cool with Dr. Dre?
Jimmy Iovine.
Jimmy Iovine. Like they control. Like it's a lot of Jewish people that control hip hop, and we have no say. So like
niggas can't do shit.
It's a lot of people that like if you put certain songs in movies, the white people get paid more than the actual artists that came up with that idea. Producers get fucked. Like the most.
Yeah.
Like don't nobody give a fuck about them. But Block Boy, I think he got a case. Is he gonna win? No. But you telling me Fortnite is hurting that they can't throw him something?
I think the problem is if
just
they
off the books, just like yo, here.
The issue is it sets precedent. So if they give him something, they gotta give everybody something.
Why not? You have the money.
They
owe Snoop some money. They owe fucking Alfonso Ribeiro some money. They owe
Carlton.
yeah, they got the Carlton dance and that shit. They got
But the Carlton isn't just that. Carlton dances in a lot of shit. So every game has it that has to pay him?
Yes, nigga.
All right.
You owe me for my idea. I came up with the shit. Huh?
He made that?
I'm pretty sure. Yo, I'm pretty sure nobody else.
With the Carlton dance?
Yeah,
Nah, that's a white dance. That's been around since like.
No.
You seen?
I know what you're talking about. You talking about the '80s dance? What you talking about?
Nah, they've been doing that since the '60s. Dude.
Hey, I seen that dance in the '80s movie. I seen it in the Terminator.
Yeah,
when he was about to come out, he just like.
Yeah, but what do you know it for though?
Carlton.
Exactly. They do that shit in 2K. They do that shit in Fortnite. They do that shit in a lot of other games. Give me my fucking money. I'll bust one of y'all in your head.
Hey, I'm not saying they shouldn't get paid. I'm just saying
because when somebody get ran down on for not paying them, then you're gonna see what the fuck happens.
Copyright a dance again. Is my
nigga,
question.
I don't care. You know where you got it from. You can lie all you want. Give me my fucking money.
You made it a hotline. I made it a hot song. Oh, fuck that shit, whatever the fuck it was.
Nigga just barred me.
Like, I forgot.
You know what? Moving on.
Speaking of that, Uncharted 4 had the Hotline Bling dance in it.
Yeah.
Yes. Y'all owe Drake some money. What it? Well,
no, Drake got enough money. Fuck that.
Yeah,
You see that nigga house? Fuck him.
Yeah, that nigga building a fucking fortress or some shit.
Building a fucking town.
For real.
For just one person.
All his women. Let's see.
All
Joker.
the ATO girls.
I don't blame him. Joker and Harley Quinn movie script is Bad Santa meets This Is Us. I hope this shit never sees the fuck light of day. Ever.
The audacity, the nerve.
Yo, cause it was a quote from one of the writers. She said the whole thing starts with Harley kidnapping Dr. Phil, hopefully played by
Dr. Phil.
Listen, my nigga. Shut up.
Okay.
It's
so,
garbage.
Nah.
Kidnapping Dr. Phil, hopefully played by Dr. Phil, because her and Joker are having problems in their relationship. We had so much fun. I don't know if we had, if we've had more fun writing a script in our career.
No.
We handed in the script and everyone loved it, but I don't know when they are going to do it because it says because I know that they want to do a Birds of Prey. And they also want to do a Todd Phillips Joker film first. Maybe if Birds of Prey does well, ours will be next. This never needs to see the fucking light.
You know what? I'm gonna dial my extreme reaction back a little bit.
No,
because it kind of sounds
it's warranted.
like
No.
Wait, look, it sounds like they're trying to do maybe a version of Harley Quinn and Joker that's from the Batman animated.
So you're gonna take these mentally deranged, fucked up people and then put This Is Us on it?
Well, no, but I'm saying like in the Batman animated show, they were a little bit more flighty and they're a little bit more ridiculous. So if they're maybe going for something like that. That doesn't necessarily mean it might be a bad thing.
That sounds fucking wild.
I'm just saying it might not necessarily be a bad thing. I don't really want the movie either.
The first thing I thought
just like
was,
maybe I'll back off.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith. That's the first thing I thought of.
Is this Joker movie different from the Joaquin Phoenix one? Or
Yes, it is.
It's totally separate.
Yes, it is.
We don't even know who. We don't even
The
know which
Joaquin
Joker
Phoenix
it is.
one has nothing to do with the DCEU.
Okay, thank God, because when you were reading that, I was like, yo, like Joaquin Phoenix looks like he's gonna kill it. Like, I'm excited.
This one is Jared Leto and Margot Robbie.
Oh yeah, I hope that movie happens because I'm a Marvel fan, so like.
You want to see a Jurassic Bird?
I'm like, yeah, if they do it, then
Give you enough rope.
Hang yourself, nigga.
So go ahead, let's please see this movie.
Yes, please.
Oh,
Throw this shit out here. Be on DVD in 2 weeks.
Shit.
Be at the movie theaters watching more Ceiling.
Will Smith confirms he had a meeting with Warner Brothers for a Deadshot movie. Do we want to see a Will Smith solo Deadshot?
I'm not mad at that just because of Will Smith.
But if it's an origin story, I'm with it. If it's just him on random adventures, yeah.
Why not? He want to shoot people in the face.
I mean, that's all it's going to be. He's going to be shooting people.
Trying to save his
Like,
daughter.
I don't want to see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay.
I don't know. Listen,
So we're not gonna see any like Suicide Squad members in it at all.
we don't know. It's just he just said he took a meeting, so we have no idea what is. We don't know what that means.
Yeah, I'll be down
The
for
Rock's
that.
been going to meetings for 17 years. He still been meeting don't mean shit to me until the fucking film come out. Like,
I mean, at the very least, he's got some association with, with Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Because he already has played the character. But I would be down to see it because, I felt that him playing Deadshot was one of the stronger attributes of the film.
yeah.
Because I don't understand a 5'5" Killer Croc. I don't understand that.
Me neither.
Dude's head was bigger than his frame. Like,
We don't when it comes to DC, we don't ask questions.
Yeah, we ask questions.
DC stands for discombobulated. We already established this. Like it's all fucked up. There's no coming back from this.
No, it's coming back. Just blow it all up. Start over.
They can. They
start
won't.
fresh. They can.
They too bitch made to do that.
This is the thing that pisses me off about DC the most is that they have control of every single one of their properties. Marvel had the MCU specifically had to
pick and
jerry
choose,
rig.
yeah.
They had to take the D list characters that people really didn't give a fuck about and make people care, and they made people care. They have Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, the Trinity off rip. They don't have to like share it with another studio. They don't have to do this. They just had the shit, and it was like, nah, we still gonna fuck it up. Like, all right, cool, fuck y'all this.
Where they took Iron Man and nobody really cared about Iron Man. And then everybody was like, oh shit, Iron Man.
Cool. Same thing with Captain America. Same thing with Thor. People like Thor, but then he's not like they're obviously the ones that didn't have control over are the top sellers. So that's Fantastic Four, that's Spider-Man, that's X-Men. That's like their top property at Marvel, but they had to make it work, and they made it work.
Yeah, and like, even Hulk, they made that deal with Universal in order to get Hulk in these movies.
Yeah, that's why we haven't got a Hulk solo movie because they don't really own the distribution rights to Hulk films. That's why he just shows up and stuff.
One of their test movies to like completely pull a character in that nobody gave a fuck about was fucking Guardians. I thought that shit was gonna flop. Yeah, ain't nobody knew nothing about that. I ain't hear about Guardians since like. What, the 60s? They was big. I think they was big in like the 60s, but I ain't seen no cartoons.
Yeah. I know about Guardians, but I never like read about them or you know what I mean. Like I knew they existed.
But it wasn't like something that you gave a fuck about in
exactly
the same way as like Spider-Man or something like that.
Yeah. No, I put them in the category of like characters nobody really gave a shit about.
Right. But now they do.
Yeah,
because the movie was good. That's the most important. They made sure that the movie was
that
good.
Movie was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, it was.
Saying, like, they was like, hey, let's make sure this fucking movie is good. And then if it's good, people will watch it. And if people watch it, a lot of people watch it, will make some money. And guess what? We'll make another fucking one.
Yeah.
DC's like, oh, this didn't work. Let's try this. Oh, this isn't working. Let's try it. That's what they're just reacting to to people's reaction and stuff. And they're not taking the time to make sure stuff is done properly.
I feel like they. Okay, like you look at Kevin Feige's catalog of movies that he's been involved with, be it producing or whatever. He's basically been involved in every single superhero movie that's ever come out. We're talking like Blade, 30, Punisher, like everything. Way back, you know what I mean? So you got a guy who loves like superheroes and doesn't want to fuck it up. DC needs that. Yes. They don't have that. They don't have that one guy that's like at the top of the helm, leading the whole thing down the line. Yeah. They got a group of people saying, oh, like they want to see this, so let's throw all this in one movie so that we can hurry up and play catch up. That doesn't make any sense.
Group of executives too, so that's why they're reactionary to stuff because they're just worried. They're just worried about the money. That's all they're worried about. The bottom line. It's like, oh, Superman, we made a Man of Steel movie. It didn't blow up like we wanted. I think it did okay, but I don't think it was like a massive blockbuster hit.
That's a shame because I thought Man of Steel was really off good. The hook.
Yeah, hey, I had some issues with it, but I thought it was a good movie though.
I mean, that last 30 minutes, nigga, I ain't never seen that much action in a fucking superhero movie.
I just thought it was weird.
Fucking everything up.
Superpowered and he just couldn't save his dad from a tornado.
Every meme.
Like, couldn't save your dad from a tornado? No, can't.
Well, it was a reason behind
I understand the reason. He's like, the world's not ready to see you. I think he could have saved him and not be seen. But that's my issue.
I was with that though. I was with that. Like, when his dad died, I was like, that's what's up.
I get it. That's what's up. Sometimes you gotta die, dog. I get it, and obviously, and that builds the character to a way too, because it's like I couldn't save him, but now I want to save people. I really want to save more people. Like so, it's like
for me, that's what made Superman more real relatable. As a character. Because I mean, what did he let his dad die, and then he killed his only
other
Kryptonian that was really to me, I was like, all right, that's Superman.
That nigga's a gangster.
Yeah, he just you know what I mean. I care about what happens with Superman. Let's see another one, and then that never happened.
It was like, nah. So this movie didn't make that much money, so we're gonna, who people really love. Batman. Let's put Batman with Superman. And then at the end of the movie, the only reason Batman doesn't kill Superman is because he says his mother's name is Martha as well. Because who refers to the mother as by their first name? It's like, save Martha. No, save my mom, dog. Yo, save my mom. Who? I'm not gonna say though. Save Valencia. Like, yo, save my mom, dog.
Yeah, it's pretty lazy writing.
Yeah, it's like Martha. Oh, snap! My mom's name was Martha too.
If you would have said that, save my mom.
Yeah.
Fuck your mom.
Yeah. Okay, well then she dies, but that's fine. It was better than saying Martha, and then so he says everybody named Martha. Is that Batman's thing that we just didn't establish? If they establish that every woman named Martha he saves automatically all the time, maybe I'd have rolled with it. But,
okay, so what we on now? Did y'all go?
Todd Phillips.
Nah, we ain't go to the next one.
All right, so Todd Phillips Joker screen test. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I like it.
It looks cool. It looks cool.
Do you feel like they're showing too much?
Well, it's not them. It's not them.
Who is it then?
They're filming in a public place, so there's people. Like, there's a clip.
Nah, it's a couple candid shots. It's like, all right, we putting this out here on purpose.
I think because
paparazzi.
Yeah,
it's paparazzi.
Because if they get an angle of the thing that they're doing and then they put it out, it's like, well, let me show you what it really. It's like, even though the movie was bad, an Amazing Spider-Man, they had like photos of Jamie Foxx's Electro, and he had like the hoodie on, and it had like lights inside the hoodie.
Okay,
and it looked wild. So it's like, no, let's show you what it actually is supposed to look like. Let me just release this the way we want it to look, so that you can have a idea of it. Because when you see something from somebody's cell phone across the street, especially if it's a phone like mine, you can be like, what the hell is this? Yeah. Versus them showing you like, no, this is what we want
a PS1.
Leave my phone out.
Now, this does this diminish some of the excitement for the movie when you see his costume and his makeup in certain scenes?
Wait, you talking about the
subway station?
You talking about Todd Phillips is the Joaquin? Oh yeah.
Nah.
No,
I am not like a crazy fan of like the makeup that they chose to go with.
Yeah.
That being said, I like it more than the Jared Leto makeup. like
no face tattoos.
The big grills.
They kept it a little bit more, I guess, traditional looking.
Yeah, he looks more like was it Cesar Romero from the Adam West? Batman.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah,
Was it that one? Like what's the mask that Heath Ledger was wearing in the beginning of The Dark Knight?
Oh yeah.
It looks more like that.
Oh yeah,
took off before. It looks more like that.
It looks a lot like that actually.
Well, he looks like that because in this they're taking the Killing Joke origin and they're flipping it. You know, he was a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Instead of a stand-up comedian, he's a clown.
Yeah. Okay.
So I guess now that face paint. That's the face paint he started off as a clown as.
The tears of a clown type shit.
Yeah. So after that, I guess he just goes nuts. But
kicking the vat of acid.
Yeah, but as far as them showing like clips and stuff like that, it's kind of something that you can't avoid. Because I seen one clip where he was in a phone booth. So I guess he got told some bad news, and it was like a dramatic moment. So he was feeling some type of way. Then after they yelled cut, everybody came in with their things trying to block him. They put the drape over his head, put him in a building and shit like that. So I don't think they're really trying to release this shit because Todd Phillips said, hey, I can't help it, but if we're gonna put something out, it might as well be something good.
Yeah.
I can't
like show you the better quality.
Yeah,
version
you can't
of what it is
defend against that shit.
Yeah, because there's gonna be leaks and stuff. You just can't, especially nowadays. Everybody has.
I mean, it's different from a leak from a paparazzi than it is a leak from like somebody that's on the staff. But all these paparazzi leaks, it's kind of downplaying my excitement for the movie. Because when I saw the suit, I was like, damn, yo, I wanted to be kind of surprised when I saw that shit. Like, I wanted to it's something. I want some suspense when I go to see the movie.
Plus, we don't know that's the final suit either.
I mean,
that's true too.
It's probably not the final suit, but damn, like throwing that in there was like, oh shit, like
he could wear that in like the first 5 minutes of the movie. We don't
Yeah,
know.
it could
Like
be.
that's the other thing too. You don't know where in the movie some of the stuff is.
Nigga,
So
we thought that same shit with Venom, and this shit keep coming out. I was like, all right, so now Venom got more screen time than we thought.
well, that's just because they try to make people want to actually go see that movie.
You think it's bad?
I'm just, you know what? I forgot the movie was coming out.
That's fucked up.
That's bad.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying.
That comes out on Friday.
It comes out Friday. I was like, oh, shit.
Seriously?
Yes.
That's bad.
The 9th, no,
Yeah.
6th.
Damn, I ain't got my fucking
Fifth.
ticket yet.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's the
Fifth.
fifth, fourth,
The
fifth.
fifth.
Yeah, that is
Well,
bad.
the fourth,
I don't even
technically,
have my
count them
fucking.
Thursday.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
so
That is
we'll get to
bad.
Venom. So let's okay.
we'll table
So
that.
James Gunn's script confirmed being used for Guardians 3.
It's kind of confirmed.
It's kind of confirmed.
Kinda
His
confirmed?
brother said it.
Yeah.
It hasn't been confirmed through like someone. I haven't seen anything where somebody from the studio said it. His brother said it, even though his brother's been in all in the films and he works with him and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, his brother is like the dude who plays the guy
The Ravager.
the Ravager who got the arrow from
Yeah, at the end. Yeah, at the end.
Yeah.
And he does all the stand-in stuff for Rocket. So like
Right,
he rock
yeah.
the CGI. So like when they're out in the film, he's like in a green suit, like so he does all the stand-in work.
That's why it's good to have family. That's why it's good to have family on set. Bro.
Yeah, get you working.
I need an official press release. I don't want to hear some shit from some nigga that you grew up with. Like, nah.
But I mean, he's in the films, and he would know.
Yeah.
Like he would know. He'd be like, James, they using your shit? Like, yeah, they using it. Oh, they using it. Like he would know.
Yeah, that's actually that's a good reference point. Even though it is slightly biased because it's his brother, but my brother's on set. He's one of the main actors who's on the show Get Shorty.
Oh, where he's on that?
Yeah,
oh, shit. That's what's up.
That's he plays Yago. Like whenever I get to go on set, I get to meet like all his co-star celebrity friends or whatever, and you know, actually I probably shouldn't be saying what I was about to say, so. but I get to hear here and there some things that happen. You know what I'm saying?
Edit all that shit out.
Yeah.
Let's see. The first Purge director would love to direct a Blade movie.
You seen the first Purge?
Nope. Now the first Purge, the way it was shot, how dark it was shot, I'm kind of with it.
Yeah. You never seen it?
No, I never saw it.
You never seen it, Don?
I saw the preview. I saw maybe like 10 minutes of it. I ain't see the movie now.
I seen the whole movie. That shit's good. The Purge is always good. You know, as far as them directing a Blade movie, yeah, it is kind of dark. You know, on this one, they kind of flipped it around because now they have contacts that films everything. So one of the things I wanted to bring up, if they do get their hands on directing that shit, I know who's going to be Blade.
John Boyega.
Nope. Yolanda Noel. They turned that motherfucker into an action hero in that movie.
That nigga's a good Blade.
Yo.
I'm not mad
Daniel.
at that.
Daniel.
I'm not mad at that. I was just thinking, I was like going through it in my head. No, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
That nigga might be that nigga going from busting down east to the busting I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm with that. Actually, that's not actually. I'm not even mad at that.
I want to talk to that nigga one time. Like, yo, your beats is trash.
People like, guess what? I'm an actor. I make them shits.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man.
Let's see. X-Men will join the MCU as soon as the Fox deal goes through.
Soon come.
When the fuck is it?
Not until next year.
When is it?
What, June or something like that?
I'm hoping before that. They said first quarter. I think. Don't quote me on that. I thought they said sometime first quarter. I'm hoping. So hopefully sooner rather than later, so we can stop talking about Gambit movie that's never fucking coming out. Or new
You think they're gonna reboot all that stuff? Like,
yes,
I hope so.
They have to.
Yeah, they have to because, like, let's be honest.
It's gonna be hard looking at a different Wolverine though.
If they're smart, they probably won't even do. They won't
no.
use them.
If Wolverine's the most integral part, then the movie's gonna fail. Like if you, because the cast that they have now for the Dark Phoenix, I actually like the cast that they have now with the age. You know, they'll eventually get older, so you could build off of that. So they got a young Storm, they got Beast, they got Cyclops, they got Jean. Nightcrawler, they got all the background pieces, but if you want to go for like the standouts would probably be like Cyclops, Professor X, and then Wolverine. You could find a Wolverine somewhere. Like it's not gonna be that hard, but I know it's kind of hard to like reimagine a Wolverine after we done had this dude for so long.
I mean, they change James Bonds all the time. Eventually, you can get used to it. My only big problem is I really did like James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, I did.
And Professor X. So, would be sad to see them go because I kind of like them, but everybody else could fucking kick rocks.
Like what you said, right? You said, Gambit. Fuck Gambit.
Even though
they gonna fuck up my favorite X-Men.
Even though morbidly, I kind of wanted to like see Channing Tatum as Gambit just to see what the fuck, just to see. I just
want to see the train wreck
because I just want to see why was he the one that they picked? Like, what did he say or do that was like?
You know why?
Was such a Hollywood decision, bro. Like,
I think
let's go.
Just like Michael B. Jordan as fucking Superman.
There's a difference, though.
I think I know why they picked him. They picked him because in the Hateful Eight, he played a Cajun. And he was talking French. That's why. Because
he's from, or he's either his dad is from there, or he was from there, so he grew up, so he can do the Cajun accent, I guess, maybe. But is that the only reason?
I mean,
if that they could have got they could have got Homeboy for fucking the first season of True Blood.
Nah, he don't look nothing like Gambit.
No, but I'm saying he could do a fucking Cajun accent. Is my point.
Yo, this nigga Gambit is the Pepe Le Pew of MCU. All he gonna do is throw cars and try to fuck.
Don't disrespect Gambit. I like Gambit in the cartoon.
I like Gambit too, but it's like, yo, so they're gonna make the Gambit movie a romantic comedy movie. So it's gonna be a rom-com. So how do you have a sci-fi romantic comedy?
Easy.
So
I don't know how. I'm just talking shit. I was just talking shit.
So you telling me they're gonna go through Gambit's backstory? They're also gonna have some type of love scene, some type of love interest, and then he's gonna also be able to fight crime and join the X-Men.
Well, like because in Gambit's backstory was some wild shit. Like he was like trained by this guild of thieves, and I think it was like a warring like type of faction. He's supposed to marry some chick to like join the clans together or some type of shit to make peace. So obviously that could be just the whole love story right there. But then obviously something happens that don't work. It's like, deuces, I'm out. I'm gonna go fuck Rogue real quick, dog, and then that's it. like
that shit gonna be the Notebook with cards.
Hey man, Gambit got so strong at the point he could like charge shit without actually having to touch it. Like Gambit, fucking murk shit.
I think Gambit is Omega.
There is a storyline where he's Omega.
So don't sleep on Gambit.
Wasn't that his clone or some shit?
What? Wasn't his clone?
Wasn't that Gambit's clone or some shit?
I don't know. I'm just saying I know he got super strong.
Or somebody from a different universe.
No, it was another Gambit from a different universe, I believe.
So. I'm just saying, don't sleep on Gambit.
Fuck Earth 2 Gambit.
Earth 2 Gambit.
Make Gambit great again.
Female Marvel superhero series in the works at ABC.
That's cool. I don't know who's gonna be in it, right? I don't think they announced.
Nah, they announced shit who's gonna be in it. But do we want to see an all-female cast of superheroes?
I'm not against the idea.
Is it going to? Is it?
Just that question sounded mad sexist the way you asked it. Right? But listen, do we even really want to see females?
Because
do anything?
Because when it comes to shit like that, if you have an all-female cast, it's already this bias and this sexism. Was like, yo, it's an all-female cast. Who's gonna want to watch this shit? But if it's actually good, it has to be like 3 episodes in before like, oh, I watched it. It's actually good. It's good plots. They got good characters and shit.
I mean, that's what they like. If the show is good, there's no problem with them making.
Yeah, but at face value, does it sound like something that people are going to be drawn to? Where it's like, yo, a female superhero series.
So are you asking me about my personal thoughts or just people?
No,
I think people.
I don't want to ask you shit.
Listen, all I'm saying is, as a sexist, I think
actually, I was gonna be opposite. It's like me personally. I don't mind that kind of stuff. Doesn't bother me. Like it's all female as long as the show is good and I'm into like the characters. I will watch the show.
And there's mad shows with female leads that are fucking amazing.
Yeah,
but that's us four. Yeah, we don't represent.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Now, if you mean like the people. We've established on the show.
I'm not asking about us. I know we're all sensible fucking human beings that like women.
No, you three. I'm a sexist.
People on the internet, these people on the internet do not like women. We've established that. They're gonna burn down ABC because it's like women. They can act and lead shows. No, no such thing. No such thing. No. They're not.
Is it about them cooking? No.
Where are the sandwiches? I don't see any sandwiches in this promo art. This is unbelievable. God. Women can't rescue human beings.
Yo, they said, where are the sandwiches?
Yo, you heard the comments they were saying about Captain Marvel? Like, where was she at?
She wasn't in the kitchen?
Yeah.
God damn.
I'm not saying it. That's what they were saying. I don't believe that.
They said she probably had to put on her makeup. Like,
like
mad, crazy
shit.
That's
what took her
so
Took her 20 years to put on eyeliner? Bad.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, sometimes you got to get it just right. Look, I didn't say it. Dudes on the internet.
Try to find the right pumps. I don't know.
Anika Noni Rose addresses Disney on whitewashing Princess Tiana.
So they whitewashed Princess Tiana?
Yeah, on Wreck-It Ralph.
They made her more licensed because the character Princess Tiana was modeled after her. So it had the darker lips, the rounded nose, the fuller lips. So it was modeled after her skin complexion. So in the trailer of Wreck-It Ralph, they made her a little bit more lighter, like they pushed the fucking needle a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like,
so it was like so then she saw that shit and was like, I'm not that complexion. Why y'all trying to lighten her up?
Y'all know why.
They made her Dominican.
They made Moana the same
Dominicans
color.
be black as shit though. Don't be wild.
I know.
Dominicans, Puerto Ricans be black as shit.
They be some
I know Dominicans black as his couch.
Yeah, for real. No, that's not even like that's real talk. Afro Latino.
Yeah, Afro Latino.
Yes.
Yeah. So a statement she put out, she went and checked these niggas. She was like, "Hey, yo, what's up with this? What's up with this lighting and shit?" She said they explained how CGI animation did different things to the character, color tones, and different lighting.
Nah,
that's
dog. I'm telling you what she said that they
Frozone.
Yeah,
nah, it was a nice one though.
And she said she had to express how important it is for little girls and grown women to feel represented with that skin tone. And you know they want to make sure that the nose is still rounded, and she had to talk to the guy Mark that made, I guess, the original.
Yeah.
And she just basically said, I wanted what was in the Princess and the Frog to be reflected in other movies if you put that adaptation in there.
And I respect that because, you know, dark skinned black girls are felt to not feel beautiful. I think we probably had that conversation.
Since the beginning of time.
Yeah, so I feel like we probably had that conversation before. So I think it's important to like not say that you can only be attractive if you're light skinned and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's important.
And then there's always some white motherfucker on the control like, oh, I didn't know. Yes, you did, you cracker.
Yeah, obviously, because Frozone is dark, so obviously you can 3D animate and make him dark.
Yeah, that sounded like such a bullshit.
Yo, it's like when you
they'd have been better off just saying like, yo, we were just trying to make her look like Halle Berry.
Yeah, right.
We didn't mean to offend anybody.
Now, you know when you're lying to somebody, you try to slip some wild shit underneath real quick.
Yeah,
because if she'd have believed him, like, oh god,
that just made it sound like a straight up lie. Like,
it did.
Oh, we didn't. White people always don't know.
Like, you know when you go from 2D to 3D,
I didn't know.
it gets lighter.
Let me tell you, as somebody who practices animation, that's a bullshit ass lie. Like, they ain't meant to do that shit.
Yeah. Yo, I can't call it. I'm not in the fucking studio, but I can tell you that white man meant it.
Oh no, he meant it. So tell me why none of the white characters is like translucent then? Like if you just get lighter when you go from 2D to 3D, like tell me, huh?
Oh yeah, why don't these niggas look like powder?
Yeah,
bruh. Yo, Snow White is white as shit.
Yeah, so
pale as a motherfucker.
Like I gotta time sipping my snot.
Earlier,
you guys gonna make me spit this shit out, yo.
Yo, Rapunzel was like the only one that's like got some kind of like tint to her. So it's like, all right, so you got Snow White, you got Cinderella, you got what's that?
Yo, speaking of that, Pocahontas, they kind of lightened her up too.
They did.
Pocahontas is red.
I gotta rewatch this trailer.
This ain't no Native Americans to be mad about it.
Yes,
so
there are.
No, the white people made sure there was none left.
I shouldn't be laughing at that because I'm like 36% Native American.
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to be truthful.
No, I know.
I'm trying to be truthful.
I'm laughing at how honest you are. Not how racist you are.
Now,
yeah, right?
Yeah.
I'm like 2%.
I have a friend who's Native and he's very adamant, but like
that nigga white as shit.
I mean, it's no Native. I mean, they're very underrepresented.
Star Wars Episode 9.
Okay.
I'm
saying they're not represented.
I want to go to the casino again. Right?
You can go.
So
I'm agreeing with
that's whitewashed too.
What, the casino?
Hell yeah.
No, Star Wars.
Man, them motherfuckers.
Yeah, I don't know about the casino part.
Man, look, them motherfuckers married to somebody who's Native American, then they just inherited it.
I mean, that happens all the time.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying, put more Native American people and stuff. That's all I'm saying. That was my only point.
Got you. Yes. Let's put them in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Episode 9, which might be the last Star Wars for a while. How we feel about Star Wars taking a break?
I'm for it.
They should do it because I think they tried to do too much too quickly, and I think it reflected in the Solo. Too much too quickly, and probably not necessarily the right stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Kathleen Kennedy just got signed off for like 3 more years, so fuck y'all nerds. I know y'all mad because they don't like her because she's a woman and they don't like the decisions she's making, but she's still the head of Star Wars stuff. So fuck y'all.
Yeah, pretty much.
How you feel about this, Bobby, as the resident Star Wars fan?
Yeah, I feel like they came out with shit too quick. Rogue One was. I don't know why people don't like Rogue One. I liked it
because there's no reason for it to exist.
They don't like it because
a lot of people died in Rogue One.
I know.
But
that's what's supposed to happen.
But there's no reason for it to exist.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I appreciate that movie.
I would like to. I would like to know like how them plans get there, and it was good to see Darth Vader whip some ass like on some serious shit. Yo, that shit was.
That was definitely the highlight of the movie for me.
Hell yeah, this nigga was like
trying to close that door. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, he was on some Jason shit. that was like the first time I was actually afraid of this nigga. Like, yo, like y'all got to keep running. Ain't no stopping this motherfucker. I liked it. But then, like, you know, that came out, and then it was like, oh shit, this side story shit works. Let's see what people want. Solo. No, we didn't want that.
Solo.
We wanted Obi-Wan.
Yes, we did.
And we didn't get that.
Orlando.
And we're never gonna get it. So
not now.
I don't think in like the next 5 years we're gonna get that. Like,
I don't think it's gonna be that long.
That shit.
We'll get it. It's just Disney knows what they're doing when it comes to, you know, when it comes to their movies. So they're planning their shit just right.
And I'm glad that they're taking a break because that shows that they're thinking. I'd rather them decide to say, okay, we're going to take a break and really work on these movies and make the next few good versus just rushing to put stuff out continuously.
They don't have a Kevin Feige, though.
Well, Kathleen Kennedy is supposed to be the Kevin Feige.
That motherfucker ain't got no control of what the fuck's going on.
She got control, you just don't like what she's doing.
Nah, you don't let J.J. Abrams do that, then switch directors to Ryan, and then switch back to J.J. Abrams for him to clean up the bullshit he made.
Well, no, it wasn't. It wasn't supposed to be Ryan Johnson for the third one. Anyway, it was supposed to be Trevor Navarro, I think it was.
See,
but that's independently of Ryan Johnson. He was just. I just can't remember why he wasn't. He decided not to do it. So they were already. So it's already supposed to be 3 different directors. For whatever reason, he stepped out, and then it was like and I think because of what happened with the Ryan Johnson stuff, then it was like, hey, people didn't like your movie, but they liked it more than they liked Ryan Johnson's movie. So how about you come back and do the third one? So he's like, yeah, I'll come back. I got you. Because he didn't want to. He just wanted to set things up. He didn't want to do all 3. He just wanted to start things off, but then whatever reason he ended up back. But yeah.
All right, so let's talk about these Venom movie clips that have been coming out lately.
Now that's showing too much.
That's showing too fucking much. Now,
yes, it is.
I mean,
one scene in the house.
I mean, we already don't know how much screen time that Venom's gonna have. So for them to be showing fight scenes and him in the apartment and him fighting all these people, it's kind of like.
Assuming he's
what
gonna
are
have
the
a
chances
lot.
that fight scene with him beating up like the 10, 11, 12 guys? That's not like one of the best scenes.
Wait, in the house?
No, the one in that building or whatever.
Yeah, when they do the gas. Yeah, that you could have kept to yourself.
Now, how do we feel about all these fucking? Because so the movie's coming out Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Do we expect any more clips coming out?
Yo, I ain't got my tickets.
I hope not.
Yeah,
man.
I hope not. I think they're done. I think this is that's their push, and they're like, hey, let's.
Okay, so what was the point of these clips that came out?
Because we were just talking about how the fact that we forgot the movie's coming out Friday, and I think they kind of can tell because they could tell they have this. I don't know how they make the metrics for this, but they have tracking about how well films will probably do.
So you got Eminem with the title track for the movie, right?
I don't care. Yeah.
What?
I said, yeah, continue.
So yeah, Eminem for the title track of the movie, right? You got all this press going on. You was just at Comic-Con like 4 or 5 months ago, whatever. So you telling me that no one knows that this movie is coming out? Like nobody knew that this movie was coming out Friday.
Yo, if I forgot,
but it's just like.
So you telling me putting out these little half a minute clips, these minute clips is getting everyone excited again? Like, oh,
I'll tell you this.
Now I want to like that didn't push me to want to go see the movie more. I want to go see it because it's Venom.
Maybe not to you, but somebody else. Maybe my mom might see it and be like, oh shit, dog. I'm like, I'm about to watch this.
Valencia don't want nothing with no Venom.
Yeah, probably not.
Now Tom Hardy also said that he wants to run through the Avengers.
Oh, that's a nice pipe dream, but
yeah, it's never ever in your ever gonna
happen. So we're speaking English right now, right? so if I'm correct, he's saying that he wants Venom to single-handedly beat all the members of the Avengers.
I mean,
yes,
a cameo. I don't know who he's gonna fight. I don't know who he can fight that he's stronger than.
Oh, stronger than Spider-Man.
Okay, so you tell me he's not gonna get jumped.
Spider-Man.
Fuck out of here.
Who else could he fight?
Yeah, Iron Man with trash. Iron Man with trash Venom.
Yeah.
True.
Sound waves.
The sound waves alone.
Yeah,
sound waves alone. Not to mention his blasters probably make mad high pitched noises.
Yeah.
Thor. Come on.
Knock him
for real.
the hammer. So he can beat the shit out of Hawkeye. Hawkeye he don't want that. It's not
I
acting.
don't even know Hawkeye's coming back.
He's literally coming back for this next half of the film.
Are we sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, factually sure. I don't know if he's gonna die or not, but he'll at least show up for a scene.
What for Avengers 4?
I don't think he'll die.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna die
I
either.
don't think he's gonna die.
Yeah. He's gonna. I'm telling you, he can be the one to kill Thanos.
They're gonna build him up to be Ronin probably.
Oh, you think?
They're alluding to him being
Ronin.
Ronin.
Keep saying, but I don't see.
I swear, I just wanted him to get a Netflix show and so they could do the Matt Fraction run. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. Because that comic book is like really good, and
I don't know. I don't think you think that he would want to switch over from the movies to the TV.
Oh
like
no,
that? Nah, man.
I'm just talking about what I want.
That's like having champagne dreams with Coca-Cola money right there.
Yeah, I just want it because I think it'd be good. I think it'd actually be really good. Like do a mini series type of thing, just like a one time. It doesn't have to be a continuous series. Just like, hey man, let's tell this story. Because I think it's one of the things that needs longer than a movie. It's like a little 8-episode arc. Game over, dog.
Not gonna happen.
It's never gonna happen.
Nah, it's not gonna happen.
Batman can dream.
All right, so that's it for topics. So let's go ahead and get into this interview. Let's get into your business, Kota.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
So, Kota, where you from?
Nationality or where do I live?
Well, where were you born?
I was born in Stamford, Connecticut.
Born in Stanford. Now, how was it growing up in Stanford?
I mean, it was Stanford. I mean,
was it safe? Did you grow up in the hood? Did you grow up in like middle class, low class? Or?
Nah. We came out of the hood. The more my parents grew older, they were able to save. They got better jobs, and then now they own a very expensive house. They own like fucking 20 cars. Like
still in Stanford, probably.
Definitely still in Stanford. And definitely a different part.
Yeah. Now, what is your background?
I'm half Ecuadorian and half Puerto Rican.
Half Ecuadorian, half Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Now, growing up in the hood, were you always into comics and art and stuff like that?
Comics, not so much. My biological father introduced me to comics when I found out who he was. So like he showed me his old comics, and that's how I kind of got into comics. But growing up, it was all about like drawing what I saw on TV.
Okay. Now, when did you start drawing? Like, what age was that?
I was like 2 years old with a crayon.
Fuck you too. You just drawing like what? Like what can you possibly draw that can be legible at 2?
Some scribbles.
I mean, I wasn't
like He-Man, like
I wasn't drawing stick figures, bro.
Now, when did you start to hone your craft where you was like, hey, I actually got talent in this, or I want to take this further? Like, what age was that?
I was probably like 7. I was like, let me see. I think it was like first or second grade. And I was we had like this project that we had to do where we were each given an animal, and we had to write about like a paragraph about the animal that we were given. So everybody's given these cool ass animals. Like this person got a bear, another person got a lion. You know what I mean? When it came to me, they gave me skunk. So I'm over here like, oh man. So we had to go home, write a little like paragraph about it. And mind you, I'm a baby still. So
they stink.
Yeah. So I come back and we have to present it or whatever. And then they're like, okay, now you draw in class. So like, I don't want to draw a skunk. You know what I mean? I want to draw like a fucking lion, something cool. So I'm walking around the class, and everybody's like, they're drawing their animals, and then I'm like, fuck it, I'll just go get this over with. So I start drawing this skunk, and I get mad into it, and I don't even know that I'm getting mad into it. But then I find that my page is getting like harder to see because I got all these shadows coming over me. I look up, everybody's in a circle watching me draw this skunk, and that was the moment that I realized that I was better than everybody else in drawing. Yeah, because I was hearing kids saying, how come I didn't get the skunk?
Nigga, who wants the skunk?
I can relate to that. I got disqualified from a competition because of that.
The fuck did you do?
No, when I was in elementary school, like I was one of the dudes that would draw too.
Wait, shut up, Bobby. And now,
God,
story time from Bobby.
You may catch me in a pair of photo strippies, matching cat laser blades in my gums. Bobby.
Go ahead, Bobby.
It's a short story.
Yeah, whatever it's called. Okay, it's still a story.
Long story short, like I tried to draw some shit, and then like everybody was hating, and they said I was disqualified because it was too easy.
This nigga's just a fucking genius on the low.
Nah, man, I got mad then.
Good at everything for no fucking reason.
I got disqualified for it being too good.
That's why. Continue.
I don't know. It was a teacher.
White man don't want you to succeed
because it was a contest, and everybody knew I could draw, but I drew the shit. I think it was you could draw anything, and I was playing Super Mario at the time, so I drew the whole level. The first, I drew the whole first level.
Nigga, that's some autism shit. What the fuck you draw a whole level?
So,
yo, I saw some shit where it was like, yo, this autistic kid was in a helicopter. Yes,
I saw that.
The whole city of like New York off of memory when he took a ride in that helicopter. I was like, yo, that has to be some next level. You have to have.
They videotaped him drawing it too. Like it's not even like he was looking at
unlock
shit.
that shit in your head for you to have that type of power, nigga. Like that shit was wild.
Yeah, I was fucking wild. I saw that shit.
People like that.
Nigga, I have. All right, never mind.
Yep.
So fuck Bobby. So 7-year-old, you realize you had talent. Now, when you start taking it serious, like I might want to make this a career type of thing, or I want to do this for the rest of my life type thing.
That wasn't until later, dude. After high school, I pretty much quit drawing altogether for like, I want to say like 4 years. Even when I was at Gibbs, I didn't really care much. I didn't have it in my heart.
So
like,
what you go to school for?
Because, they brainwash you into thinking that college is a thing you got to do after you
True.
high school. It's not like that's a mystery,
I mean, yeah, but
what did you go to study for though?
I went to Gibbs to study graphic design.
Okay.
And then when we found out that it was an unaccredited school, I lost all hope. And then Bridgeport UB was down there talking about they accept Gibbs credits. I'm like, all right, I'm in there.
Out of here.
Yeah.
I'm the last nigga I know that graduated from that school.
I didn't graduate.
I mean, hey, cool.
Fucked my life up.
Now that 4 years that you stopped drawing, was there a reason? Was it like you just lost a passion for it, or was it because of some extenuating circumstance? Or
I grew up too fast, man. Like I left my mom's house. I think I was 16, and I had I ran away from home. My girlfriend. My girlfriend and I, we got an apartment, and I was living with her at 16. We had like parties at my house that would have got.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When
yeah, he knows. Yeah,
it was on North Ave. I think it was
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, it's definitely on North Ave.
Yeah.
So like, I was throwing these parties or whatever.
Still working at pretzel time.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Shit.
But for me, it was just like after a while, like I wasn't in. I don't know. I just fell out of it. I didn't know what I wanted to do with life. Hence college.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until I mean, even when I was in college, my junior year, they were like, "Oh, you don't have to be a good artist to be a good graphic designer." And then I stopped loving graphic design. Like I was like, "Why did I go to school? Like this is crazy."
Right.
I guess what you're asking is, when I jumped in, I remember I'm in a fraternity, right? So I was with my fraternity brothers one day, and I was bored, so I just started drawing, and I was like, "Yo, it'd be funny if I made a comic about us." Having superpowers, right? Because in my college, everybody who went to UB from 2010 to 2000 and I want to say 13, 14, we're the fucking rock stars at that school. So like we threw the best house parties on campus, like campus parties. Like we had lines of like 100 people waiting outside our front door, making it crazy hot. Yeah, we were making, they made it so hot. Like it got to the point where on Thursday night at 10 p.m. the cops were in the parking lot ready to wait there to shut the party down before we started.
Damn.
Like they already knew, and that happened on so many occasions. But like I said, one day, like I was like, off of that vibe of having that much, I don't want to use the word fame, but I guess popularity at school.
Right.
I was like, I'm gonna make this comic, and it's gonna be funny,
Right.
And then I made like the first couple pages as a joke. It wasn't even supposed to be anything that was supposed to be something.
Right.
And then it ended up, I was like, oh, these pages are good. I showed it to my frat brothers. They started cracking up, and then I was like, let me continue writing this, because now I'm starting to have fun with it, and I hadn't had fun drawing or making anything in years. So that's pretty much what started it all up again, and that didn't start up until 2010.
2010. All right, so from the time of conception of the idea to the time that the physical book is in your hand, how long does that take?
It took about 4 years.
4 years. So it's 4 years of writing this. So you illustrate, you're the author of the story, you have to draw every panel, and then get the book published, and that took 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, you have to understand too that
color.
Not only am I doing it, I'm also learning of it while I'm doing it. I'm also my own team, because these graphic novels, you look at them, they got like teams of like 5, 7, 10 people. You know what I mean?
Now, is that intentional that you're doing on your own because you want to tell your story the way you want to tell it, or it's just like
I mean, whenever it comes to projects, everybody wants a cut.
Yeah.
And when you're a beginning starving artist just starting out, you don't have the money to feed yourself and try to come up with cash to like
pay somebody to ink something.
Something. So it was just one of those things where I did have a group of people that that were kind of down, but they weren't getting anything out of it. They weren't the boss of the crew or whatever, so they didn't want to. They were just like, all right, it's a good idea. Good luck with it.
Damn.
Now, were there times that you wanted to give up? It was like, yo, this shit take too much. Like, did you know how much work it would take when you initially got into it, or when you started to be like, yo, I want to make this a full-on comic?
I typically, I guess I'm supposed to say yes, but that's not how it happened for me.
Never how it happens.
Yeah. Nah. Like I when I fell back in love with the craft, I fell in love hard. You know what I mean? So I was just drawing, making everything. It's penciling, inking, coloring. Lettering came easy because I went to graphic design. I majored in graphic design, so that was a plus.
Right.
Putting the actual book together graphically, like with the trim and all the technicalities of putting a book together. Again, graphic design helped me with that. So like it wasn't a total waste. But yeah, man, I never really wanted to give up because I think the idea of telling the actual story is something that drove me to finish it.
Right.
I was like, man, I really want people to like, this is funny. Like, this is a good book. I really want people to look at it,
That's the thing about it, too. I laughed, and I don't find a lot of shit funny. Because it was one scene where I guess Rockstar, like it's this one dude Rockstar in it, and he has the power of teleporting.
Yeah.
So he creates this hole, and they're about to go to another planet. And before they went to the other planet, he was sitting on like a cliff, like freaking out. And this other character was like, "Yo, niggas, you crying?" He was like, "Yo, don't stifle my emotions." I was like, "Yo, that's kind of funny." And like it takes place in Bridgeport, Connecticut. It takes place in Stanford. It takes place in some other place I forgot, like briefly. So
the other planet that they go to.
Yeah, the other planet that y'all go to, which is like Earth 2 type of thing. So now the character that you have in it, they're modeled after your frat brothers. So there's you, nicknamed Moxie.
Yep.
There's Rennie. There's a Jewish guy named Amir.
Aaron
or something. Okay. And then and the third guy is the boxer. What's this?
Byron.
Okay, so those are modeled after all of your friends.
Yeah. Aaron is named after Aram. Byron is named after Brian. Rennie is named after Renee.
Okay.
And then Coda's Coda in the comic.
Now,
because I'm definitely gonna play the main character.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear all that.
Now the only problem that I had with the book is that you had this white dude saying nigga, the Jew.
Oh yeah. See, here's the thing, man.
Now
I'm keeping it accurate to our real life, and I know like there's a certain stigma if people feel a certain type of way about it.
That's what I was gonna ask. So like, if I'm cool with a white dude, like if I'm really cool with him, and it just like slips, or like he's been around us so long, it's like, yo, that's him. Like, it's like cool, but if you like a white dude that just come out of nowhere and like we just know him for like a couple weeks, like, yo, whoa, hold back on that word, my nigga. I can say it, you can't.
Yeah.
But like he blatantly said that shit in the book. I was like, oh, it's a white dude. He's Jewish. Like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was trying to keep it accurate to how our relationships are in real life, because a lot of the conversations that are actually in that book actually happen. Like that story, like in the beginning when he doesn't want to go to the corner store that we could see out the frat house window.
Yeah,
and he doesn't want to go because he doesn't want to pay the ATM fee of like $1.75 or whatever.
Yeah,
take out $10. I'm like, yo, are you serious?
Yeah, and then they drove to the store that they could easily walk to, and then the nigga was like, yo, I don't want to walk because I'm fat, and then when I walk I chafe, so I don't want to walk to the store, so I'll take this car.
I respect it. Tell me where the lies at.
So your character specifically has the superpower of controlling gravity.
Yeah.
Now, is that a power that you've always wanted, type of thing? Like when you imagine yourself with superpowers? Was that like, yo, I want to control?
Nah, I was just trying to think of a power that hasn't really been capitalized off of. Because there's so many, like, the superhero world is so competitive now with Marvel and DC.
Right.
Even with Image Comics, all these independent artists publishing through a publisher that predominantly gets independent artists. There's so many players on the field now. So I know that there are a couple characters here and there that do have gravity manipulation powers.
Right.
But I wanted to make a main character to be centered around that power, because I feel like that type of superhero power has the potential to be the best one, if it's utilized.
Yeah. This nigga killed somebody first page.
Oh, word.
Like some nigga named Lulu. Killed him first page.
You wanna go night night?
Now, you made the decision to make like a graphic novel, and they cuss in the comic. They say nigga. They say all this wild shit. Now, was that like a conscious decision, or did you just want to make it like real to life as possible? Like, yo, these is 4 friends from Bridgeport. This is how they talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was I had a struggle with that one, actually. Believe it or not, I was sitting in my room for a long time with the script in my hand, saying this could be like kid friendly, or it could be like it could be more honest.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? The way I figure, like, we're all the major adults that are into like the major people who are into like superhero movies, it's not just kids anymore. Like, we all grew up on Spider-Man and Superman and Batman, and I feel like I can definitely be honest and be successful without having to feel like I have to, all right, let me censor this and let me censor that because I know kids are gonna be watching. No, fuck that. For that, I'll just make a kid's cartoon.
All right.
Yeah. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep this honest. I know my mom was mad at me when she read the book. She looked at it and she was like, "Oh, that's a shame."
She wanted to make Paw Patrol or some shit.
You wanted to be like kid friendly. I'm a grown ass man, dog.
Mom.
Nah, but they be making guap on YouTube. Yo. Like these independent kid shit on YouTube.
Yeah,
they be want to do that.
Dog.
I know, but and that's one of the things too. Right? I was just like, man, I could make so much more money. It'll be easier. But I was like, nah. But you know what? That also feels like I'm selling out a little bit because I'm thinking that I could sacrifice the way the story goes a little bit in order to make more money. And
that's not gonna be authentic to you though.
Exactly.
So,
That's why I feel like I would kind of be selling out if I did it that way.
That's why I was telling these two niggas when we started this show. I was like, yo, I don't want to cuss. I don't want to do none of that wild shit. But it's like, can we really make a good show if he doesn't act like him? He don't act like him?
That's a good question.
And that goes back to what I was saying about the Jewish kid. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, when he says it, we look at him funny. We're just like, shut the fuck up. We tell him that too, so I'm not even saying anything on this.
Mad shit to him in the comments.
Yeah,
Fat.
We come at him heavy, bro. Like, there's so many moments that I wanted to put in the book that it just wasn't long enough. You know, I was like,
Now, you spoke about your mom. Now, obviously, your parents are gonna support you. Your brother's gonna support you. Now, have you been getting like that outward support, like from like friends and like other people that come in contact with you? Like,
not as much as I thought I would have gotten, to be honest with you.
that's how it happens.
Yeah. Like,
you think fuck with you, really don't be fucking with you. Don't say.
Yes.
It's surprising how like people don't take you serious because I don't know, like I don't know whether it's something of a self-reflection thing where maybe they haven't gone out and done what they wanted to do, so when they see other people trying to do it, they're just like, whatever, nigga, it's not that serious.
Dog, when I tell you, yo, we've gotten more support out of state than we have in state.
Blatant strangers.
Yes,
I went to Chicago and some nigga rolled up on me and said, yo, I want to meet you. I live here. No one said, yo, good job. We like what you're doing. We like the show. It's niggas from New York, Boston, Kenya, overseas. Yo, we get more emails from people that are not in Connecticut.
No, that's crazy because I've
wild.
gotten emails from people from Australia, Germany, Russia. I'm like, I didn't even know y'all speak English over there. Like,
first off, I ain't know all y'all niggas had internet. Second, I'm like, yo, how do y'all see this shit? It's mostly thanks to this man, but it's still like, yo, we don't get that recognition from people that we actually know. Like, I grew up with you. Like we got in fights together. We done robbed niggas together. We done did all this wild shit. Like, I didn't know you since like first grade, second grade, high school, whatever. I don't get no recognition from nobody that I actually like know. It's other people that like, yo, if y'all come to town in Boston, I'll buy you a drink. If y'all in New York, you know, I'll show y'all around, or like I'll buy y'all a drink or something. It's like, yo, we get more love out of state than we do from people that we actually know. And I don't know what the problem is. And that's partly why I wanted to have you on the show, because that I saw you at Comic-Con. I was like, I think I know that motherfucker. Like I was gonna walk by him because it was like, I know him, but I don't know if he remember me. So I don't want to go up in his face. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, I don't know."
Nah, but we made eye contact. I looked at him back like, I think I know this dude.
But then like I wanted to have you on the show because like, yo, we need to support people in the town that are doing stuff like this, and like we don't have a lot of outlets to, you know, showcase our talent and be able to, you know, to shine like that, because the people, sadly, that we grew up around, they don't really,
which is
shout us
funny
out like
for
that.
me, because I feel like if the roles were reversed the other way, I feel like personally, like I would try to like champion my, like if my friends were doing some shit like this, I feel like I would try to like help them and push them.
That's one
and do all
thing.
kind of
Hesh
shit.
always supported me, and I ain't asking for shit. Like when I was doing my other podcast, he would always like retweet it or reshare it or repost it. I ain't never asked Hesh for shit.
Dope, man.
Like,
my own frat brothers be like, "Oh, that's what's up. I'm in the book."
That's what you get. They were like, "Oh, you still doing the podcast thing?" Like, yeah, well, I mean, yeah, you should listen. Maybe one time you might actually enjoy it or share it. Like I see you put on other videos that you put on Facebook. Like, that's the shit that's funny. Like you don't understand. Like I see everything that happens. Like I see when you post stuff on Facebook. I see what comes off of our page. Like I see who's looking. I see where it's coming from. Like all that shit. Like you get on that kind of metrics. It's like you know who's fucking with you, who's not really fucking with you. So it's like,
yeah,
it's funny, but it's cool, dog. We friends still.
have you put someone in the comic that you don't fuck with no more?
Yeah, the first person he killed in the first game.
Oh, Lulu. I was very careful about that. I only put my frat brothers in it because like, yo, these guys are family to me. You know what I mean? Like, we may not see eye to eye here and there, but we're definitely like, you know, it's a family thing.
Mm-hmm. Now you're doing the animation part where you're actually gonna put some on like YouTube. I think you said, right?
Well,
you're still working on it.
Yeah, I had to make the decision to kind of quit doing Comic-Cons. After my last two that I went to Foxwoods and what was the other one? The Mohegan Sun one, yeah.
Okay.
Terrificon.
Yeah.
And I didn't do as well as I thought I would have selling my books. Usually I get anywhere from $1 to $2 grand.
Yeah, doing enough return on your investment.
Yeah, but I was just like, man, I was getting like 600 or 700, and I was like, that's barely enough, like to cover the table and to with the gas and the food that it takes to come up here, like for the whole weekend and the hotel stay. I didn't make anything.
Yeah, you didn't like you in the red.
Yeah. So I was just like, I'm done with that. And plus, I did it mathematically. I mean, if you look at it, I did 11 shows last year. Yeah, last year. And that's over a month that I could have been just chilling at home. Because you're talking like not 2-day weekends. Some of them are 3 or even 4-day weekends, depending on which con you're going to. So I'm just like, man, that's like at least 30 days. That's a whole month that I could have been working on my cartoon. If I would have taken that time that I was there, sitting down, trying to sell people on a book, you know what I mean?
But do you regret it though? Because like,
it's not that I regret it, because it was a good experience. I was able to master my pitch. Like if they put me in front of Netflix, I'm gonna be like, hey, listen, smooth is about boom.
4 niggas from Bridgeport, right?
Probably won't say the nigga part.
And then they run into an abandoned building. Nigga driving like, yo, what's that? He's like, yeah, we gonna go in that abandoned building right there, and there's some nigga, right? He gonna trap us in here. And he's gonna experiment on us, right? And then we get superpowers, right?
And we even got white people that say nigga.
Like it's a white dude. He say the first nigga in the fucking book. I was like, damn. All right, cool. I'm sold. But, so yeah, you went to all these cons. You didn't get the result that you expected. Now, did you have like a high expectation? Like, yo, everybody's gonna, because when you go to these cons, right? there's a lot more well-known artists, and you're doing this independently. Where it's like, yo, these people have done covers for.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I mean, even the people who have done, like I met Steve McNiven. He's the guy who illustrated Civil War, the graphic novel written by Mark Miller. He also illustrated Old Man Logan.
Yeah.
Written by Mark Miller.
Yeah.
Both got adapted into movies.
Yeah.
Right? But I was walking by Terrificon years ago, and I saw Steve McNiven at a table, and nobody was around him. I'm looking at him like, oh my God, that's Steve McNiven. Like, I went to go, I had his books at home, but I went to go buy another one just so I could have him sign it. Yeah. And I was like, oh, how much you charge? You know, like, I didn't know you were gonna be here. I would have
bugging out. Right?
Yeah, no, I was freaking out because he's one of my favorite artists, and those books are written by my favorite writer, Mark Miller. Yeah. So like, you know, like I had so many questions, and then, you know, I wanted to support and buy one of his drawings, and he ended up giving me like $100-something drawing for like $30, $20, something like that. Like one of his originals that were actually in the Old Man Logan book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, well, to answer your question, when I saw him, I was like, yo, like there's nobody at his table. Nobody knows who this guy is. Yeah. Well, I shouldn't say that, but nobody there
at that time
cared, and I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with these dudes?
What's wrong? There should be a line."
Yeah. So, you know, I spoke to him, and it was the same thing with him. He was like, "Yeah, you know, I'm done with this. This is gonna be my last show," and I was kind of like the eye opener for me because I hadn't really even started my Comic-Cons yet.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh man, all right, well, you know, I get it though. The reasons that he gave is basically the same reasons I just gave because I see it. As an artist, it feels like kind of a waste of time when you're trying to create something. I would much rather have taken that whole month to work on my pilot episode and gotten that ready because I'm done with the whole graphic novel thing. I want to go to TV. I want to start making everything for film and for TV shows and stuff like that. And I shouldn't say that I'm done completely, but when I get big doing that, I want to have a team to be like, all right, you guys work on this graphic novel. I'll oversee it. I want to focus on this TV stuff.
Now, how far into the animation are you? Is it like 30% done, 40, 50?
Oof. It's hard to say. If I had to put a number on it, I would say about maybe 40 to 50% done.
Okay.
Only because the hard stuff that I'm trying to get out of the way right away is like all the fight scenes, because that's that's the biggest animation that you have to, you know, pay attention to. Yeah. So I don't want to, I don't want to slack on that. So I've been going hard with you know.
Now I checked out your social media, right? Now you don't post a lot on social media.
Nah, I gotta step it up.
Now what I personally think is more important than going to these cons and being in front of people's face is being in a phone. Because a lot of people, a lot of artists that I see that are blowing up as of recent are doing commissions. They're drawing random shit and they're putting it on their social media. They're hashtagging this. Now, is there a reason why you aren't on social media, or is it just like you're focusing on this and this is taking up most of your time? Like do you do commissions type of thing?
I rarely do commissions. It's like it has to be really worth my time or something. I almost never. I would say no, I don't.
Okay.
Because in my mind it deters me from the things I need to get done.
Okay.
And you know, like I said, I'm in my, like when I get out of here, bro, I'm going straight to animate.
Yeah.
It's not something that you know, I want to tell the story. It's the same thing as when I was making the book. I wanted to tell a story, so I want to finish it.
Right.
So when I did that and I got that done, you know, I went through half my inventory selling on my books. So I'm going to take the remainder and sell them to like comic shops. But now I want to focus on this. I want to get this done. So I'm like crazy determined to. And, you know, it's hard when you're trying to juggle social media because it's not like, it goes back to the Venom trailer where you guys were like, you're showing too much. I don't want to post so much of my stuff because I want people to look at the cartoon and feel like they're seeing it for the first time as opposed to, you know, seeing a bunch of little clips that I'm putting on social media.
Yeah. Now, have you heard of Justin Richburg?
No.
Justin Richburg is this artist I found on Instagram, like, I want to say 2014 to 2015, right? Liked his artwork, got a couple of things from him, right? Now, since before I found him, he's been just putting, like he's just been drawing, like, random shit that comes up in his head and just putting it on social media, controversial, whatever the case may be. Now, one of his drawings made it into the show Atlanta, right? Now, he just put this up on social media, didn't know what the fuck it was going to do, just put it up on social media, right? Internet goes crazy. How the fuck can you draw this? Yo, this shit is dope, whatever. So it gets the attention of Childish Gambino, right?
Mm-hmm.
Childish Gambino now asks him to illustrate his new video. So it's like all that artwork that he's been doing, he's been getting all this acclaim from athletes, actors, radio personalities, just different people that are in the industry, and it's like getting his name out there. So now he has a chance to work with Childish Gambino because he put not even like his commission-based drawings, but just shit that he thought of in his head, just on a whim. He just put them on the internet, and that's how you get your name out there. I don't think these cons are doing as much. Like these fucking conventions only hold maybe like 2,000, 3,000 people. The internet is the world.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know if that's something that you want to do. Like, yo, I could take maybe like a day from doing my animation is just draw something that's coming to my head, just put it on the internet so people can see my skill. Like, oh, this nigga's dope at drawing. Oh, he does this really well, or like he does this, you know, whatever. Like that's never been like a thought for you. Like, have you realized the power of social media?
No, yeah. Trust me, I lost like over 1,000 followers on Instagram just from not posting. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, it'd be like
so
that.
I know how it is, man. You know,
1,000 followers.
My nigga, he posted one thing. We got like 112 followers in like 3 days.
That shit got niggas mad.
Yo, I don't give a fuck about things. Y'all niggas, yo, my fucking fist work, nigga. What up? But it is what it is.
Yeah, I do take breaks every now and then from what I'm doing, maybe to like paint a picture or draw something random, you know.
Post it, man.
But I don't take enough breaks like that for me to have enough content to be posting outside of Smooth. Like the last time I did that was probably like fucking like what 7 months ago.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Everything is all about my cartoon right now. So
now, why'd you decide to call it Smooth?
I mean, it's in the book.
I know it's in the book. It's an acronym, but like, why did you yourself like decided like, did you come up with the acronym and then the name, or the name and then the acronym?
Well, my fraternity, Lambda Sigma Upsilon, we call ourselves the Oh So Smooth Brothers.
Okay.
So like the acronym is just a play off of that. You know,
Gotcha.
It's like a little, you know.
All right, cool. I'm with it. Cause like when I read this shit, I was like, that's a long ass acronym. Cause when I read this shit, I was like, Smooth. The fuck does Smooth stand for? And I get more into the book. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. All right, cool.
Yeah. One of the guys when he says the acronym, because it's so long, he's like, man, that's stupid. He's like, well, you could just call it Smooth. You know?
Yeah.
So it's,
yeah, because I remember I was reading the book and the girl said that. She was like, yeah, what the fuck does that mean? Or you just call us, and then like the hero post, Smooth. All right, cool.
yeah.
Now, is there anyone that you model your artwork after? Like anyone that you look up to? Like, yeah, I want to draw like him, so I'm gonna do something like him, but just put my little twist on it.
Of today's artists,
yeah,
maybe not too much. I mean,
or anybody
as far as animes, yeah, like you know, if you look at my cartoon, you'll see some Dragon Ball Z in it. You know what I mean?
Kira Toyama.
Yep. You'll see you'll see a little bit of Avatar in it.
Okay.
But then as far as artists, my favorite artist growing up was MC Escher. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but he's basically
an abstract guy, right?
No. He's like a mathematician who used to specialize in like pencil drawings, and he would do like different
But that's the one
different
like
perspective.
Stuff like melted
the
on
hand,
stuff.
the hand drawing the other hand throughout the paper. Mark Echo copied that with there was a lizard being drawn into the paper coming out in patterns, and Mark Echo did the same thing but with a rhino on one of his shirts. But anyways, like his drawings always like I tried to mimic them when I was younger.
All right, now your brother's an actor, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Your brother's an actor. You're an artist. Where does that creative piece of y'all brain come from? Like, does it come from your parents? Or your parents and anything that has to do with like?
We have this ongoing joke that like my biological father, he's an artist, and also like he's a musician, and he painted and drew and all that stuff. So yeah, like I came out his right nut, my brother came out his left nut.
Now, have you ever wanted to act? Like, was that anywhere in your niche where it's like,
oh yeah, dude. Like I'm not gonna tell you guys this story because my brother would kill me.
Using a porn, wasn't you?
But
Cast the couch seemed real for me.
got experience on this casting couch.
Exactly.
Nah, I have wanted to do that growing up, and I think one of the things that makes me a good artist is that I'm very analytical. Like I notice people's expressions, and when I'm drawing, when I was drawing the graphic novel, you see a lot of their facial expressions in it because, you really have to understand that aspect in order to really like feel like you're getting the emotions right when you're drawing it. So,
Right.
I have spent so much time practicing emotions in the mirror and, getting my face right so that I can mimic it when I draw it. And, sounds stupid if you try to look at somebody do it.
Yeah.
Watching them draw a face of themselves.
You'll stay like that.
But, yeah, I mean, I definitely plan on voice acting my own character and further down the line when that part's ready.
You can use G Studio. You see all this fucking equipment.
Word. I'm not gonna lie. I'm impressed with the way this studio looks.
My man got everything.
Got what you need too.
Now, now, have you hit? Well, you probably did. Now, what roadblocks have you hit with trying to get this comic off the ground?
It's just not enough time in the day.
It's never enough fucking time in the day.
Yeah, it's just because also like I do get bored sometimes because animation is not like
tedious.
Yeah, it's crazy tedious. Like you're drawing frame by frame, coloring frame by frame. It's just like feels like you're coloring the same picture sometimes.
Over and over and over. But then when you finally get that shit in animation, that shit start to come together. Like, oh, nigga, look at me. I'm dope. Look at me. Now, what other roadblocks other than it being tired? Was it just like, I don't know if this shit actually gonna pan out? Are people gonna buy this shit? Like, have you ever felt? Like,
I don't want to think like that. In my mind, I'm gonna be a millionaire by the time I'm 40. So like, I got 7 years. You know what I mean?
Now, with that being said, is there a plan B? Like, say if shit just don't pick up. Like, do you have a plan B set in mind, or it's just like, hella high water, this shit gonna work?
Nah, man. If you already have a plan B, you're setting yourself up for failure. I think Will Smith said that.
Yeah, he did. He said there's no plan B because it distracts from plan A.
Yeah.
I
mean, but it's a lot.
No plan B, nigga.
It's no plan B.
No baby.
Everybody has their own philosophy, right?
Right.
I mean, Brad Pitt has Plan B Studios. I mean, there's a reason why he called it that. I don't know why, but
that shit work with Angelina, like Plan B.
Huh? or Jennifer. It's like Plan C right now.
She's playing like F right now.
The Rock had a plan B.
That quote.
You?
No, The Rock.
Oh, The Rock. What?
He was playing football. He got hurt.
He got fucked up.
So then he said it was the best thing that never happened to him.
Yeah.
Playing football.
Wrestling wasn't the thing. It just fell into that.
Now, he used wrestling to get into movies.
Yeah,
Rock
he did.
Rock is one example of like a billion.
That's not.
But it's also his mindset too. Like,
true.
Like for me, that quote marinates like in my head as the perfect quote for what I'm doing, because this is the thing that's gonna make me blow up in my mind. And then I believe in it so much that I don't think that it could fail. It's probably a bad way of thinking if it does fail, but I have so much faith that it's gonna succeed, Now,
Volume 1 came out when?
2016.
2016. Now, you're working on an animation, so you expect the animation to be done when? Do you have like a set date on it at all, or it's just like whenever it's done, it's done?
As of right now, I don't have a set date.
Okay, so we can't expect Volume 2 no time soon because you kind of left niggas on the cliff. Kind of upset.
Yeah, no. Actually, it's funny because the second volume graphic novel is already written.
I want to know what the fuck happens to Dawn.
Yeah, no.
Let me know.
Yeah, no.
Can you give me a secret? Fuck it.
He gets beat.
He gets beat.
He gets beat by Moxie and Rennie. They team up.
Of course, it's Moxie, right?
Yeah, no, it is. It is. Right? I'm gonna let him shine before he goes through his little downfall.
Right.
The series is planned out for 9 volumes.
9 volumes.
Yeah, and it's gonna have an ending. Like it's not one of those run-on
forever type of things.
Yeah. It's definitely it has an end game.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean they beat Dawn. They get their asses whooped first.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. No, they definitely doesn't come easy.
Like Dawn is like Broly type shit.
No,
I'm not gonna say it, but yeah.
No, please.
No.
Now, for people who don't know, explain like the backstory with this with Smooth. Okay, so it starts how, and then
it's okay. It's 4 college students that they get superpowers through a professor's experimentation, and like they're college students. You can clearly tell that they have history together, and
white dude says nigga.
And then they stumble on like a secret I want to say lab, and instead of just walking away, they get nosy because they start looking at stuff like they never seen before.
Like, you know how Bridgeport got mad abandoned buildings and factories?
Yes.
Yeah. It's in there. Somebody just walk in one of them right away.
I saw some shit in that. What the fuck is that, B?
This can't be it. This can't be Santa's workshop. This looks like Bridgeport, Connecticut. Oh boy, get ready for the letters. Dear Family Guy bastards, who the hell do you think you are? I'll have you know that Bridgeport is among the world leaders in abandoned buildings, shattered glass, boarded up windows, wild dogs, and gas stations without pumps.
Oh, let's go look.
Yeah. So they go and check it out, and they see some crazy stuff, and then the professor locks the door behind them.
Oh shit!
And then he basically tells them that they're not going anywhere. And
Rape.
then
No, we're not doing those no more.
Well, when it's man rape, it's okay for some reason.
Man rape is mad funny, but it's not cool at all. Shout out to Bill Cosby.
Yeah. You know what?
That nigga going to mad jail.
Yeah, he going to not even mad jail.
That nigga got
He
3
doing
left.
like a year.
He got 3 left.
He doing like a
Whatever
year.
you want to call it, 3 seconds, minutes, hours, days. He got 3 left months.
Did you hear there's several some pudding?
I heard that shit like on his ride to jail. They was feeding him pudding. I was like,
oh, but that's so
ain't
disrespectful.
that fucking 360. All right, I'm sorry. Kota, go ahead.
fuck. I'm thinking of Bill Cosby now. I'm just like,
so they got the lad, nigga,
Door
clink
locked the door behind him.
yeah, and he basically, he gives him an ultimatum. He's like, you'll die if you run away, but I need you guys. This is fate. This is perfect. You guys are here. I will give you guys superpowers, but you just have to do something for me. So like
sounded more like rape.
they agree to it. So they get the superpowers, and then he pretty much tells them that, all right, now that I gave you superpowers, do your thing, but I need you to meet back here in 5 months. And if you don't, then you'll die because I gave you a virus that will kill you in 5 months. So
that's dirty.
Dirty.
He tells them to come back and see him. He's gonna give them a mission, and if they can do it, then he'll let them keep the powers, and if not,
that's kind of like how
Suicide Squad.
No. I was gonna say Apocalypse Cable's relationship. How he gave him that virus, and if he survived it, he'd take it over his body.
Oh, the technovirus he got?
Yeah.
This one is more of like a blackmail thing. He definitely. They don't. I mean, I'm gonna call it for what it is. They do get rid of the problem. They complete the mission. They get to keep the powers. They're fine. Within shortly after Volume 2 starts. So it has nothing to do with the rest of the entire series throughout the whole 9 volumes. But I don't really want to speak on anything more than that because.
But one thing I do want to speak on is that when they get superpowers, they do the right shit with them.
Rob a bank?
They're all super strong, right? So they all 4 get jobs after that. It was like one nigga's a boxer.
Just cheating.
Yeah, the dude that like he's super fast, you know, and he can see in slow motion.
Yeah.
So he becomes a boxer, and he's dodging. They call him Mr. Untouchable, right? And then another the dude that the Jewish kid, he can shapeshift, so he becomes a bodybuilder.
The fat kid, that's fine.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Moxie doesn't figure out his powers right away, so he's super strong, so he becomes a stunt devil.
Right.
And Rennie, he can make portals, so he robs banks, casinos.
Yeah.
Word.
That's what I want to do. I want Rennie's power. Now, do you plan on staying independent?
I'm actually gonna, my last few books, I'm gonna start sending them out to like bigger publishing companies like Diamond, Image, Dark Horse. Was it Variant or Valiant? Variant? I always get those two confused.
I think there's 2 of them. Like, I think.
Yeah, there's two of them, but one of them is a publishing company.
I think,
or are they both? I don't know.
I think it's Variant, if I'm not mistaken.
There's a Vertigo.
I was gonna say Valiant.
Either way, them.
Either way,
whoever it is.
Both of them.
That place.
Yeah. And you know, whoever bites, you know, whoever gives me a deal.
Now, what if they give you that deal, but they want you to change certain things that you're not comfortable with?
Well, that's the good thing about you know, that type of stuff. You know, the ball's in my court. Because if I don't like what they're telling me to change, I'll just say no.
Okay. Yeah, fuck y'all niggas. Staying independent. I ain't gonna take my creation and do whatever the fuck y'all want with it. Bastards.
Yeah, man. Like if the book's already done, all the hard work's already done. So if they do give me publishing, I'm gonna make everything that comes in as far as capital is straight to my pocket. I don't have any team that I worked with putting the book together.
Yeah, so you have to split it no ways.
Yeah, so like I could use that. If anything, I could use that as an advance to start volume 2 and actually hire a crew this time and get that done faster. So that's an option.
All right, so what time is it? We'll wrap this shit up. So, all right, so last question. So what's your ideal situation? Do you want to take Smooth like past 9 volumes? Do you want to be creating, you know, a bunch of other comics? Do you want to become more of an author than an illustrator? Do you want to become more of an illustrator than an author? Like, what's your 5-year plan other than being a millionaire?
Oh no, I actually want to have my own like little mini universe. Yeah,
can we be in it? Can the 3 ninjas be in it, please?
But yo, I mean, yeah, we do stuff like this more often. We start collabing. You know?
Put us in, you come back with a fuck you want then. Nigga, we recording in 2 weeks from now, Sunday. Come back in here, we just draw sitting there. We already got like little costumes and shit. Just
I actually have other stories that I've been working on as well.
3
so
ninjas
like
comic, nigga, we there.
Yo,
Kota Robles.
I'm not against it, but I want to work on the stories that I have like planned out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Once you do that, then you work on us.
You have OCD?
Do I what?
Do you have OCD?
I don't think I do.
Okay.
Nigga just died.
I'm alone.
He's just trying to find a brother.
I'm alone.
Yeah, trying to find a friend.
Because I used to do that. I used to do that shit when I was in middle school. I used to draw something, and it would be the perfect thing ever. I'd be like, the line's fucked up. I'll just crumble it up. Like, what you doing? I don't like it.
Nigga think we're brothers.
We're happy. We're singing and
Oh shit! So you want to draw? Basically, you just want to.
Yeah, I want to. I don't view myself as just an artist anymore. I view myself as a creator, because you know, like I said, I have a couple other stories that I made, and I found ways to make them all kind of interlap. So I do have a kid's story. I do have like an Avatar story.
Okay.
And to me, that one actually has the potential to be a lot better than Smooth, as far as the quality of story.
Okay.
And then I have one more for, not really for adults or little kids. It's more like for like a teenager thing, you know? So, and that one is kind of like my Star Wars. I want a whole team before I even touch that story. That story is going to be the story of the planet that Dawn is on. So
I'm with it.
I'm telling you,
with
bro.
it, nigga.
I got all this stuff in my head already.
Yo,
I just,
I gotta read
I
the
just
comic,
need
bro.
the money and a crew to get it all together now.
Word. All right. So where can people find you on social media? Where can they buy the comic? Everything.
Well, you can find me at smoothcomic.com. Smoothcomic on my Instagram. Think smooth_comic on Twitter, but you know what? Don't even look me up on Twitter because I don't use that one.
So Instagram and the website, so they could purchase the comic from the website too, right?
Yeah, but not for long because I'm actually about to take that down.
We got listeners. They might buy some. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm telling your listeners,
Buy some
I'll give it a month before I take it down because I'm not even trying to deal with all that packing and shipping and getting all that stuff. People didn't get their books, so I got to send them another one or whatever. Yeah.
Nah, but it's a dope read. I like that. I was like kind of intrigued. Like I said, it was a lot of parts where it was like, yo, this comedy kind of fits me, so I'm fucking with it. Yeah. I read that whole thing. I was like, yo, glad I ran into this nigga. So, I like this comic. So Smooth Comic on Instagram, smoothcomic.com, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so picks. What's your pick, Hesh?
What am I gonna do? Oh, watch Gifted that returned this Tuesday. I think it came out on Fox. It's X-Men without the actual X-Men, but this is really good.
Yeah.
Just watch it.
Bobby, what's your pick?
First Purge. I don't feel like people watched that.
Is it out on DVD yet?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, shit.
Like there was a scene in it.
I watch any of the Purge movies.
Yeah, the first Purge.
But you won't watch nothing with ghosts in it.
Yeah.
I won't watch anything. What's it got to do with the Purge?
Purge is mad killing.
Yeah, I just never seen the movies.
Mad
I'm not saying I
nigga.
didn't see it because I was scared to see it. I just didn't watch it.
You're afraid of ghosts?
Yeah, I don't do ghosts or demons. I don't do no
wild
ghosts
pussy.
or no demons.
You wild.
So you've never
pussy.
seen Exorcism of Emily Rose?
Nope. Y'all can eat all the
never
dicks.
seen
I'm
it.
never watching that shit. I refuse to watch
Yo,
that shit.
that movie scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not doing that.
That one scene where you guys seen it, right?
Nah, I didn't.
I didn't see it.
See?
Oh my
So
God.
fuck
Now-
that.
I didn't see it because I'm a pussy. I didn't see it because I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Look, I'm gonna tell you one thing in that movie, and then I'll shut up.
Oh, shit.
There's this one scene, right? Where like, she got what's the word? She got possessed, and when she got possessed, her boyfriend is trying to calm her down because she's going through some stuff. Obviously, she's acting out. She's acting out, right? And then so like whatever, he sleeps over in her dorm. This is in her college, right? And he wakes up in the middle of the night, and she's on the floor on the carpet looking at him, all twisted up. Her body's all like contorted and stuff, and she's like, her eyes are on him. Now, that part in the whole movie, like, it freaked me out because I empathize with him because I'm like when I watch a movie, I put myself in the character's like situation, like mentally, that's what I do. So like a scene like that freaked me the fuck out because you know what I mean? Like I if that was my girlfriend, bro, I would have threw the alarm clock at her and then left. You know what I mean? I would have taken off the covers and just like put it over her.
Just walked out. We
like
just
her
broke up.
her head.
Yeah.
And then just stepped over her
My
and
little
walked
freak
out.
ass was like, oh, you trying to role play. I done whipped out on it.
You want to bend that body.
You want a contortion.
We just broke up. We broke up right at that moment. Like, oh.
Now,
About to straighten out that back.
back me out of me. Now, usually what we do is we tell the listeners what like our pick is. So it's like it could be music, movies, TV. Like, what do you want them to watch, read, listen to, whatever the case?
My brother's show, Get Shorty.
Get Shorty.
Yeah, I mean, they're actually about to. They just made a deal where they're gonna put it on Netflix next month.
Oh, word.
Netflix out on
I believe it's next month,
So y'all
if
got
I'm not
plenty
mistaken. So like right now it's funded by Paramount MGM.
Yeah, it's not like Epics, right?
Yeah, it's on Epics. Yeah. So like you could do the whole thing where you do the free trial, and you know you do it that way. You could watch all the episodes if you do the free trial, or you could just, I guess, wait until the Netflix thing comes out. But like I said, man, my brother was only supposed to be on there for the first season, and he killed it. Like he did such a good job playing his role that they were like, all right, we're gonna we're not gonna kill him. We're not gonna kill him off.
Not him.
Yeah, they ended up actually somebody who they were supposed to keep. They ended up killing the other person off. Yeah.
Fuck you.
So my brother just took somebody's job basically.
Oh, D-Block, son.
What's your brother name?
He plays Yago, and his name is Goya.
Goya. All right. So everybody look out for him on Get Shorty.
What was your pick?
I want to say the Quincy Jones biopic. The Quincy Jones documentary on Netflix. Oh yeah, I gotta watch it. I was watching that shit while I was in Chicago, and he happens to be from Southside Chicago, which made it even more crazy. I was like, oh, I just saw that shit, and that nigga just from like a fucked up part of like this nigga. Yeah, we have to protect Quincy Jones at all costs. Like this nigga's a national treasure.
He gotta protect himself.
He does. Yo, when Quincy Jones passes, the world has to stop, just like it did for like Michael and Prince. Because that nigga, yo, y'all gotta watch that shit.
A lot.
That nigga has done too much. Like, yo, he made Thriller, dog.
You seen his GDs?
Nah.
Huh?
I stayed in downtown. I get the safe parts, and then I took that little trip. I was like, I want to go see Kanye house. He was like, nah, we can't go that way. And it was like, I saw where Quincy Jones used to live as a kid. I was like, yo, this shit is wild. Crazy shit is, it's a hood every fucking where. Like,
I believe you.
Like Indiana, fucking Wyoming, Chicago, everywhere got a hood like that look worse than Bridgeport. Like you think Bridgeport fucked up? There's some fucked up places in Gary, Indiana.
Oh, no, I'm sure.
Like Gary, Indiana's fucked up. Cleveland's fucked up.
Detroit,
but if y'all listen from there, shout out to y'all.
Yeah, shout out to y'all. I'm not dissing y'all homestead. I'm just saying.
Nah, not at all. We fuck with y'all, especially niggas in Gary. Y'all niggas crazy, don't want no smoke.
No, sir.
So, anything else? Anything else we missing? Anything else we got to talk about? Anything?
No, I think we're good.
Nope.
All right, Kota. Appreciate you for coming, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, yo.
No problem. So, Ninja Vanish. We out of here.